Успех в твоих руках, подруга.
Остался один шаг до победы.
Good morning and welcome to Rainbow Six Female. My name is Fraser. Today I am joined by the fantastic Observer, Speed Machine, and two highly competitive teams. We've got Endpoint versus Eternal as our first game. I'm really looking forward to this. What we're going to do, we're going to hop straight over to rosters and teams. So Endpoint first up, we've got Midnight, Aztec, Pander, Izzy, and Barbara. Unfortunately, Lure was unable to play, so Barbara has stepped in her place, I believe. And then we have Eternal, the Russian team, the Russian machine here, if you will. Unfortunately, I'm terrible at English, and I'm probably not going to be able to pronounce these names correctly. So we have Dia, we have Fury, Buzzed, Little Devil, and Ravity. Unfortunately, Luna even was unable to play for Eternal. Looking forward to these two teams. We've got one team that's fairly experienced, and a lot of people are already familiar with them. Endpoint, they played very well during CCS Women's League, and I believe they even played during a German tournament last week, I believe. Did very admirably. And then we have Eternal, a team that is, from all accounts, highly competitive and very aggressive. Team full of gunners. I'm really looking forward to seeing how they will play against one another. From what I've seen with Endpoint, they generally do favour having that a slow and methodical approach to the game. And Eternal, unfortunately, we've not seen too much of them in terms of competitive odds, so I'm curious to see what they're going to be bringing to this fight here. I think over in Cafe Dostoyevsky, I cannot pronounce Russian. It is rather ironic that we are playing the first map of a Russian tournament in Russia. So Eternal bringing out the first ban. I would imagine we're probably going to see a Blackbeard first. I mean, they are defending first, which means they are going to want to prioritise getting as many rounds as possible in here. What are we going to be seeing? Ara Montaigne coming out. Interesting ban. Very strong ban, to be fair. However, against Endpoint generally don't favour shields, so that's going to be quite curious. I would honestly expect something like a Thatcher, a Capitao, or a Blackbeard potentially coming out. Thatcher ban coming out. Thank you, Endpoint. I'm very proud about that. I do love the Thatcher ban. It just adds an extra, as I mentioned multiple times here, adds an extra dimension to those attacks, and it can make things very interesting in a way that a Thermite ban just can. Mera ban coming out by Endpoint, leaving the last ban up to Eternal. He could go for a stereotypical ban such as a Maestro or an Echo. I would favour banning out a Maestro. Not only are you countering a solid Maestro player, but you are also getting rid of those Evil Eyes. However, they prioritise the Yokai. Okay, so some interesting bans coming out there. Monty as well. I like the Monty ban. I think shields are incredibly hard to play against sometimes, especially in the hands of a coordinated team. I think that's entirely fair. Now, we did have a brief look at this lineup. We do see the Midnight on Nomad, Barbara on Thermite, replacing Lure. Lure was unfortunately unable to play today. Izzy swap her out instead. Izzy generally plays Thatcher, however, she's having to swap out to the Blackbeard, which was able to escape the operator bans there. Valkyrie, Legion, and an ally. Couple of solid intel operators being brought out here. I'm very excited to see what the Valkyrie is going to bring to this game here. Valkyrie is such a fantastic operator in terms of bringing so much intel to the team. Not only does she have those black eye cameras, but she also has a C4, which is fantastic for plan denial. Now, when you add For anybody in chat that is not necessarily
Attackers need to locate
keen
and
on
defuse
Rainbow
as
Six
many
Siege or
bombs
doesn't
as they
necessarily
can.
play it themselves, there is no finer combination than fantastic intel and a team. Alright, if you know where the attackers are going to implement plant or where they are holding, you can just go underneath or below or to the side of an attacker, lob a C4 in their general direction, and boom. You are
Attackers have
now
located a bomb.
at a significant advantage because you've just killed one of their attackers. So going for an upstairs defense first and foremost, not too much of a surprise. A lot of teams do favour having that bar
10 seconds remaining.
initially straight up. A lot of vertical control being brought out by
5
Endpoint.
seconds
We do
left.
have the sledge, we do have the buck. I would definitely prefer the buck. However, you can still do vertical control from underneath the sledge in the form of those frag grenades. Zofia coming out in the form of Barbara. Now again, it's kind of interesting to note that they haven't really brought out any way of dealing with any bandits or mutes. Now, unfortunately for them, there are none on this lineup. So going to be quite curious to see what they're going to do. And I presume that they played, specifically they've stratted without that Thatcher. So presumably that's what's influenced their operator picks here. Barbara, again on the Zofia, Midnight and Nomad. I like this. Ravity currently holding inside a train, taking her time. There's a fairly strong roam presence over on the second floor of the west side with the Vigil. A little bit of damage being done to him. However, or sorry, correction to her, I should say. And Panda getting a first entry kill onto Devil. That's Vigil now. Ravity trying to refrag, however, it's not working out too much. Getting thrown out there, Panda kicking a grenade. Potentially going to throw that in. Going to do some damage. Yes, a little bit of damage. And catching her on the pushback as the Nomad secures a kill. Midnight getting a nice kill onto the Jaeger. That puts them at a significant advantage. And a third one goes down. Aztec on that skylight. This is not looking too good for a tunnel right now. 5v2. There's a minute 35 left on the clock there. Valkyrie trying to do her best. Hold on to the right stairs, spotting out one person. However, unable to land any shots. Zofia spring through the doorway and a headshot takes down the Valkyrie. 5v1 situation. Fury doing her very best. Spotted Barbara. However, it's not going to be enough. And it is a flawless round there by Endpoint. That was incredible performance right there. Watching that roam clearance tell out two of the defenders before finally pushing in, collapsing on site. Unfortunate for the Albi getting caught out there by Skylight, potentially not expecting to see a sledge up on Skylight. Moves us straight into a 1-0 for Endpoint. That was really good to see right there. Panda did really well on that entry frag. However, Barbara, 2 kills already. Holy heck. Gonna be curious to see. Yeah, it looks like defender's gonna be going downstairs now, going down to kitchen, cooking. I like this. I think that's gonna be an interesting variation. Kaid being brought out. Potentially, Nade's gonna be used to counter that electrical orb. Again, I kind of would like to see a Maverick being played out here. I think that could be quite interesting. I think it could be very interesting to see what a Maverick could be brought out. I mean, potentially who could play a Maverick in this lineup? Probably Zofia, potentially. I mean, I like the air jabs. You are playing Cafe, so you know, cut off those rotates through the yellow, not even through the yellow, through the red and the white stairs. I think that's fair enough. Frost being brought out. I like that. I'm gonna be curious to see where she's gonna be putting those out there. Looks like she's got one on double window. It does appear to be the
10 seconds left before insertion.
Always nice to see. So I like this. I like the change of pace here from Eternal. We've got the Frost, we've got the Yellow, we've got the Kaid. Still bringing out the Alibi in terms of the Gvozd. So I'm assuming that's probably an operator that she feels very comfortable with. She's got a very good weapon. And Alibi Prismas are always interesting. They are very good intel, to a degree. Again, fairly standard push by Endpoint so far, taking top floor. Potentially gonna try and roam clear downwards. Is he droning out through second floor and Barbara on the balcony for him? I think one of the things that I always love watching Endpoint play is how consistent and standardized their roam clearances. It's very good to see. You see it on maps such as Bank, where roam clearance is key. Having that roam control as an attacker is absolutely key. If you allow the defenders to rotate behind you, it can spell absolute disaster for you. So yeah, it's very good to see this. Very, a lot more of a passive hold by Eternal so far. We're not really seeing too much role play being brought out here. Potentially kind of realizing, hey, it didn't necessarily work out for us last round. Let's try something new here. For a second, I was so worried that the alibi might have had the issue. That's always the terrifying thing right there. Control being brought out now by the side, and Zofia, Legion getting a kill onto Barbara. That's a Zofia down. Fury getting an entry frag there. So do like this. Fairly slow push so far by Endpoint. A lot more controlled. Looks like Sledge trying to find out where that electric floor is, potentially to open up in the future. As the first hatch is now open. Legion still got a fair amount of health to play with here, and she did manage to get that kill onto Zofia. They're trying to maintain control over White Staircase, spawn out the drone, and Panda getting a refrag. However, that is a Kaya down, which potentially also means that is one C4 down, which may have been Eternal's only real plan denial. Midnight getting a kill onto the LR. It's starting to look good for Endpoint again. 50 seconds on the clock. Eternal still have full site control right now, trying to maintain control outside on the hallway.
Attackers have located a bomb.
I believe that's Razor I like this. Thermite peeking out, killing Fury now. 4v2, 30 seconds left, leaving it fairly close, but this is pure Endpoint style right now. They have a tendency to leave it very late in for their execute, and it works. It consistently works. Bucket getting killed from behind. Gvozd nailing Panda in the back. 15 seconds left. Still have control of the Diffuser. They are dropping down into Freezer. Pretty fast down into Ally. Not enough, however. They need to push this. Push the Ally out as he gets a kill onto Gvozd. Leaving it in a 3v1, 2v1 as Diadir is able to refrag, but it's not going to be enough. Midnight getting a headshot onto her. Leaving it very close to the wire. However, it's fantastic play by them. That was really good map control there by Endpoint. I like the fact that Eternal, they kind of recognize that they struggle a little bit during the roam in round 1, and they kind of changed things up. They played a little bit more passively there, and I definitely think that favored them a lot more. I think that they're doing very well, and I want to see them do that again. Going back upstairs the bar, Cocktail, we are seeing a Rook, a Wamai being brought out. I like this. I mean, Wamai, always an interesting operator. However, it's going to be a 6-pick over from Wamai to another. Potentially that was just a random pick, I would assume. A Rook instead of a Doc. Now, talk about controversial. How do you guys feel? Anybody in chat? How do you feel about Rook over Doc? I know there's some people that love Doc, dislike Rook, and I know there's a lot of people that love Rook but dislike Doc. I'm kind of curious to see what you guys think about that. Capcan being brought out, putting some EDDs around the
Attackers
objective.
have discovered the location of a bomb.
So again, similar concept to the first round. Eternal, they've got a lot of intel operators here. They've got the Legion, they've got the Valkyrie. It's going to be curious to see where they're going to put those out there. Jackal being brought out instead of the Zofia. Okay. I think this is a fairly logical lineup being brought out by both teams. I do like it. I'm a big fan of the Jaeger being brought out, but that's supposed to have a Jaeger main. Also happens to be a Legion main. And an Ash main. And a Twitch main. But besides the point, I like this. I think it's going to be curious to see what they're going to try and do with this. Potentially, oh no, Jaeger is. I wonder what happened to her. Potentially she took some damage from an impact grenade going wrong, I assume. Very unfortunate for her. Fairly low health to begin with. However, she is going to be played on site, so potentially that might nullify that to a little bit. Barbara having a nice face-to-face with the wall. And going reverse repel Batman style, holding that window, watching for a run out. It's not going to be there. And I like that. A little bit of flare going up the wall. And she room works up there. Nomad half health, got damaged quite a fair bit by one of the defenders. I believe that might be a Legion. I believe that's a Legion, I'm not quite sure. And Panda gets another entry kill. That is Little Devil down, Valkyrie dead, C4 down. Very good teamwork so far by Endpoint, and it's not looking too good already. I believe there is a statistic that whichever side gets the first entry kill will generally win 80% of rounds. I can't remember where I read that. It may have been Wikipedia. I'm not quite sure.
Reloading. Drone ready.
Jaeger currently holding on the hatch inside Cigar, and Midnight gets another kill and good cause. That is their ACOG operator down. Gravity doing our very best to try and rotate around Aztec to kill. That's the Legion down as well. This is, again, we're just seeing the teamwork and coordination that goes into all of Endpoint's missions right now. Barbara and Midnight both feel low health as Midnight gets taken down, and Barbara follows up with another death right there. Dear. Again, we called her out. We said that she was fairly low health, but that doesn't stop her. She gets a kill onto Barbara, but that is now 3v1. Aztec getting her double kill there onto Gravity, leaving it all up to the Jaeger. Currently holding inside a piano. 50 seconds left. Now, it's good potential. Endpoint drops to the skylight, 2 of them. I thought that was going to be a double kill right there. However, it wasn't going to be, as Izzy picks up a kill. So I like the fact that Endpoint, it seems to be that they've got drones coming out of everywhere. Like, everywhere Eternal looks, there's a drone. And I just don't know how to feel about that. I'd feel intimidated. You're seeing that much drone work, that much coordination coming out. And yeah, Midnight, 4 kills so far, leading the pack. However, all of Endpoint are bearing their own weight here. Will Mai also being brought out by Fury? Is that going to be a 6-pick? I would presume so. Yes. Endpoint sticking with their operators. Mute being brought out by Dia. I like this. Alright, correction, it might be Die. I've got to admit, I'm not quite sure. But I would presume it's either Dia or Die. Unfortunately, I don't speak Russian. So there was a wee bit of a language barrier there. I'll be frank, I don't even speak English. Here we are. So moving over to our third. Jeez, I can't even do words. Moving over to our third defensive location. So we've done 2 sites upstairs, up in Cocktail, and then 1 around down in the kitchen. So it's going to be the 3rd time trying a different bomb site. I do like this. I think that Eternal, they're trying to figure out where they are most comfortable. I think that that's a very smart move here. Potentially they're going to feel a little bit better on the attacks. I do like the setup being used here. A lot of rotates, a lot of angles being opened up here by Eternal. I would kind of like to see them play a couple more ACOG operators. I mean, they've got Ravity playing Rook, playing Doc, for example, now from last round. I would like to see another ACOG. I think ACOGs are always viable, especially for a site or a map such as Cafe, where you've got long lines of sight ready to be opened up here. So again, top 4 control being opened up. I do like this. Gonna be interested to see whether they're gonna drone out Mute and Cigar. She does have the mute jammer on the doorway, however that's likely just gonna indicate that there is somebody in there, and drone comes in as I say it. Drone comes in through the window. Midnight getting the first kill on the Little Devil. That's the 3rd round I believe that she's been able to as Panda and Aztec clean up. Fury following suit behind Dia. And it is all starting to fall apart already. They've got 1 minute 50 to try and hold on here. Albi looking around. Over in pillars. 5v2. 2v5. Ravity currently holding a close wee angle inside the fireplace hallway. Interesting move there, especially with the echo. I like that. So Endpoint have full upstairs control now at this point. They can fully open up as much as they'd like to with that slide, with that buck. Ravity trying to contest over in mining, however, there is the hatch that's just been opened up by the farming. Was potentially going to try and rotate through white stairs. Going to try and get behind. I'm not quite sure what she's planning on doing here. Aztec clears her up, however, with a headshot with that SMG-11. Very cold, very calculated approach here by Endpoint. Ravity clearing up Midnight, however, as their main frag up down for now. Drone work coming out, spotting her out as Ravity is now spotted and detected. Definitely doesn't look like a bit of mounting climb here for Ravity. 4v1 ever. She is a dog. She does have all those stim pistols. It's very low health. One drop down through the hatch over there, and it's not going to be enough. As Barbara and Izzy just collapse down on her. Izzy dropping down through the hatch. A nice spray coming out here. Izzy doing incredibly well so far for Endpoint. I'm really liking this attack so far. Endpoint are being their usual selves, and how would I describe Endpoint? Well, it would be cold, calculating, and they just get out of every room clear possible within about a minute and a half. Gonna be curious to see what Endpoint are planning on doing for attack, but or correction, well, planning on doing for defense. Eternal swapping out Bandit over to Alibi. It does appear that Eternal do like the Alibi being played. I mean, originally it was Gvoz playing it, but now she is playing, or now she's being played by Little Devil. I like this.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being
It's currently
defused by attackers.
4-0 for Endpoint right now. Going back downstairs to kitchen. Again, only one ACOG being brought out here. If only Jaeger had an ACOG. I remember back when Jaeger had an ACOG, and Bandit had an ACOG, Smoke had an ACOG in his SNG-11. Oh, those were fun times. But alas, only Dear has had ACOG for now. Again, fairly standard lineup being brought out by Endpoint. Not really swapping out, not really six-picking anybody. I don't think they really need to. I think they're fairly confident with their operator picks so far. So again, Aztec playing on the Sledge, Panda on the Buck. It's fairly smart, especially having two forms, potentially even three forms of soft destruction being brought out here. I mean, you've got Barbara with the secondary shotgun. I don't know whether Nomad has, or I don't know whether Midnight has a Claymore. I would imagine that she would do. I'd hope that she would. Imagine they're probably going to go for a top floor player again. Little Devil again over in Pillars now. That's roughly where she was holding last round, I believe it was. As over by Red Staircase. I would imagine so far they've been fairly consistent with that. They go for Red Stair clearances and then rotate through, take White Stairs and push down. I did like the freezer take from the, I believe it was round 2. Midnight getting a team kill. That's a good night right there. Good night, Panda. Midnight potentially getting scared and intimidated by Panda, because I definitely would be. Oof. Fury clearing up some drone work inside of trains. Little Devil potentially going to get a kill onto Midnight. Yes, indeed. Nice spray taking down Midnight. Nice headshot as well by her. QG Fury inside a train, holding onto the doorway. Potentially will catch out. I believe that will be either Izzy or Barbara on stairs. Yeah, that'll be Barbara on the staircase. Little Devil, half health. Still got a lot to work with. However, Fury taking down. Double teamwork. Double trouble coming in by Endpoint. Little Devil holding on there. Barbara. This is what scares me about Endpoint. Is the sheer control that they can establish over the space of about a minute and a half. Eternal, they're still in it, 3v3. Dear, Gravity, and was full health. Freezer wall now being opened up, or potentially Freezer hatch. Yeah, Freezer hatch being opened up by Izzy. We saw this happening in round number 2. They went for the same rough push there. I imagine we're probably going to see Freezer wall being opened up as well, potentially in a minute or two. Probably going to try and plant in B. They do definitely have the advantage, however, Eternal, look at how many goo mines are stacked up over in Freezer. I imagine Colley's probably coming out by Valkyrie and the Alibi, who are both on cams right now. They should call out that there is a heavy stack up on the east side of the building. Yeah, Freezer will be opened up now. 25 seconds left to go for this execute. Drone work coming in. Last second call outs coming in.
A bomb has been located.
I would imagine we're probably going to see a B push, heavy B push. Looks like everyone's rotating around for this execute now. 15 seconds left. Endpoint definitely need to move here. Tag it up, dear, a little bit, but that's not really going to be enough.
5 seconds to go.
And somebody steps on those goo mines. That's Izzy. That's the defusal. That's going to be a win for Eternal right there.
Operators, you have run out of time.
Fantastic play right there by Eternal, correctly recognizing, hey, it looks like they're going for the same general push, and they were able to stack up goo mines, which meant that Izzy, even though she was able to get a kill even whilst good, she wasn't able to get a plant down. Fantastic work there. Doc, dear, doing very well so far. 3 kills so far. Gravity leading the charge. so far for Eternal, top of the leaderboard. Very unfortunate there. I feel like Endpoint might have left it a little bit too late there for that execute. And there's just so many goo mines there. I'm pretty sure that Izzy stepped on 2 out of 3 of them. Literally 2 out of 3 of the goo mines that were in Freezer. Good call by the Legion there. Pulse now being brought out by Little Devil, going back to the whole intel is key. I do like
Attackers
this.
need to locate and defuse
Valkyrie,
bombs.
Legion, and a Pulse. Endpoint unfazed by that
Attackers have
round
discovered the
there.
location of a bomb.
Putting out the same lineup as always, not too much of a surprise. And Eternal deciding not to go up to, not attempting to do cocktail again. Actually going down into mining and dining. It's a nice adaptation there. They've realised, hey, we're not really feeling cocktail right now. We'll probably just leave it. We'll probably just leave it for now. We'll just try and play another site. Now, it's going to be interesting to see what they're going to do differently here. I mean, they've had at least one other round to actually practice on this and kind of spot out what they're doing, specifically what Endpoint are doing, correctly or incorrectly. Now, speaking about Endpoint, you do see how team-oriented they are when they always spawn in the same place all together. It's like the buddy system. Whenever you go out, if you ever go on like a school trip or something, you have like the buddy system, just so you don't get lost. I need to use the buddy system whenever I go to a shop because I always get lost. Anyway, Endpoint doing their drone work as per usual. Panda making an entry into Small Bakery. However, she's likely going to push back upstairs again. We're seeing a similar lineup. Similar setup even for the defenders. Fury currently hold on side of white stairs. I do like this. I would hope that they open up the top of that wall there, right where she was looking, the small wall on dining. Basically just to be able to contest B and fireplace straight from white stairs. It's a very strong position, especially if you have like a shotgun or something. Just open up the entire top side of it. Just so you can maintain overwatch on that kind of section. So yeah, heavy drop down on red, pushing in through cigar and piano. Fury gonna get taken out by Panda. Fairly minimal damage even done to him there. And that is again, once again, C4 going for Eternal. Both playing inside of train right now. Gotta be scanning out there, trying to spot out as many people as she can. She sees for one person. C4 going in, it's gonna be. It's gonna miss. Oh no, is that on the? No, that's not even on the hatch or anything. That's a bit of a waste. Yeah, okay, so that's why. As he was on the. What should we call that? She was on the stage. Which is why C4 didn't go off. And I don't think Devil realised that. I didn't think she was on the stage because it was quite far away. Anyway, Midnight picking up a third kill there on this. However, Barbara finally going down to close as the wall gets opened up white stairs now. Full control for Izzy. Jaeger goes down, even at 4v1. Gravity only player left standing for the cover. However, she's doing her very best trying to contest Izzy, but Aztec comes in from behind. Drops down through the hatch, I believe. Yep. Drops down through the hatch. Prone Warrior. Prone Warrior. Takes her down. (5-1) now for Endpoint, and it does feel a little bit like they might be running away from this. Look at that teamwork right there. 4 out of 5 of the Endpoint players are all 6 kills. Barbara following up with 4 kills. I would be incredibly proud of this. I think one thing that a lot of people forget is that sometimes it's not always about your entry frag or getting every kill. Sometimes it's about just winning the round, and it doesn't matter necessarily how many kills you have, provided that your team wins. And I think that's one thing that Endpoint are definitely doing very well here, which is that they're working together. Even if you don't necessarily get the frag or get the kill, you are still contributing to the overall win, whether it be that you're droning, whether you are flank watch, so on and so forth, is key. They're moving over to our first attacker around for a tunnel. Capitao being brought out, Ying being brought out,
Attackers
Thinker
discovered the
being brought
location of a
out.
bomb.
I think this is going to be a rush. I really hope that this is going to be a rush. That would be very interesting to see how they're going to kind of go about this. Capitao, obviously very valuable operator. Not only do you have the asphyxiating bolts and the smoke, but you also potentially have that M249, which is very strong at holding along that line of sight. Kind of curious to see what they're going to be doing here. Potentially it's going to be like a rush plan, maybe. Look at the utility that is available to it. Toro, you've got the asphyxiating bolts, you've got the smoke grenades, you've got Zophia's concussion launcher. Okay, potentially not a rush. Potentially not a rush. I mean, it could be. I don't think it is. I think they'd probably be a bit more, you know, I think they'd be a little bit more experienced if they are specifically planning on rushing, so potentially they're going to use the Thinker in a bit more of a tactical fashion. I'd be very scared of the young, however. Candles are always valuable. Panda are opening up the window a little bit, trying to scare them, intimidate them a little bit. Thinker, trying to look over that direction. Yep, I'm fairly confident this is not a rush. Ying taking quick control of kitchen. I need to remember to pronunciate, because a lot of the time I don't necessarily do that. I tend to just kind of spiel about in my own Scottish language. Yeah, fairly slow push coming out so far by Eternal. Pretty interested to see what they're going to try and do here. It looks like they are trying to take from the bottom floor upwards, potentially trying to do any room clearance. However, it doesn't appear that Endpoint really have much of a roam presence. They've got one operator downstairs, I believe. That'll likely be Panda, potentially one other, I believe. Eternal probably just going to take it slow and trying to figure out where the defenders are, potentially try and just take them down one by one. I think that'd probably be the best thing that you can do at this stage, would be just focus on those 2v1 engagements, try and take out as many of the defenders on their own as possible. Panda playing inside a train, Midnight getting taking down a little devil as a young down. Fortunately, none of her utility was expended. Any of her utility or any of her gadgets were expended even. Panda giving callouts constantly for all underneath. I think probably one of the best things you can imagine whenever you're watching this is just imagine how chaotic these callouts must be. I can imagine Panda just calling out constantly the location of Fury and Diadir inside a piano and Cigar. Hasn't even used any of her C4, and that's incredibly smart. She probably could get a nice C4 kill onto Diadir. However, I think she's probably going to save that for later on. Wait for them to go for that plant. And it looks like they're slowly taking their time, pushing in through Aztec and Midnight. Simultaneous headshots onto Fury and Diadir. Barbara finishing up with... oh, Ravity taking down Izzy, actually. Correction, my bad.
15 seconds remaining.
Ravity, bare minimum of health. However, she's going to peek it and get her head taken off in retaliation. Aztec, SMG 11. Very slow push there by a tunnel, but, you know, I think that was admirable. I think that was very... interesting idea for them. I think that, yes, I think they probably might have wanted to speed it up a little bit, but to be fair, I think that they were probably trying to figure out what that defensive lineup was and how that setup was. 8 kills on both Midnight and Aztec. Looks like both players are currently jockeying for control of that top spot. Similar lineup being brought out, and now moving it over to kitchen and cooking. It's rather interesting to notice that Aztec is not playing Maestro. She is not playing Maestro, she is playing Mute. Which is rather interesting. I'm always surprised to see Aztec playing anyone other than a Maestro.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Cad being 6-backed out, that's fair. I think that's pretty smart pick right there. Not only do you have the Cad, but you also have the Nuke Jammers to control all of those hardwalls. Now, one of the biggest things about Kitchen, not only is it vertical control in terms of, you know, getting control of dining or mining, and then being able to open up lines of sight directly down into the objective, but also hold on to the walls. If they can open up Fraser or Bakery, that essentially cuts
Attackers have located a bomb.
an entire swath or swathe. Swathe? Did you guys say swathe or swathe? Anyway,
10 seconds to
that
go.
word. An entire section of your
To go.
in half, because it's like you can't cross that site without getting
Attackers'
picked off by
objective is
someone
to defuse
potentially
the
outside
bomb.
of the breach. Could be interested to see what Eternal are going to be doing here. I'd probably expect them to go for a bakery push. I think that I would imagine that they'll probably try and possibly go for a top floor clear and then go for a bakery push. It definitely looks like they are favouring the west side of the map. Particularly with this lineup, I do like Ravity being brought out with the Gridlock. Gridlock is a fantastic operator, as many people know. Gridlock is fantastic for having that flank watch and that basically cutting off the rotate, whether it be through the staircase or through a specific, like a smoke corridor right there. Midnight getting an early kill onto Little Devil. Unfortunate that was the Jackal, one of their primary sources of roam clearance. It's getting taken down. However, Aztec will help herself half now through an engagement with Deadir and Ravity. Taking her time, looking around, potentially looking at the ground for some reason, potentially there's something that interested her. C4 coming out here, is she going to make us proud? C4 goes out, not hitting anybody, however. Bit of a wasted C4, however. She did manage to get the barbed wire, so technically that is a kill. She did manage to kill the barbed wire. Very important bit of intel there. Technically that does count as a team kill, I would imagine. And Dear doing a little bit of drone work right now. Drone work definitely getting running into some difficulty with these mute jammers. The amount of damage and chaos that a mute jammer can do for a roam clearance is insane. Simply by blocking off areas and stopping the attackers from being able to put the drone out real quick. Aztec taking off her head in return. Making up a little bit for that C4 whiff. So we still have two players stacked up inside a bakery and small bakery respectively. We're running out of time, 1 minute left, we're currently at match point. Not a lot of progress being made here, however, slowly rotating over towards B doorway. And you can just kind of see the amount of callouts that must be coming into this, because Aztec is completely ignoring Bakery and Midnight picking up her double kill for this round. 40 seconds left. It's all up to 2. Never mind, flawless round. I don't even know what I'm going on about here. Panda getting a final kill there. That is just complete collapse there. Look at that recoil control there by Panda. 7-1 for Endpoint. Holy, like, wow, good half indeed. I'm like sitting here trying to do analysis and it's like they've already killed half the team whilst I'm talking about this. I'm like, hey, so this is a very slow, methodical push. No, they're already dead. Fantastic work there by Endpoint. Fantastic work. Very unfortunate there for Eternal. I think they're probably attempting to target Panda, who's fairly consistent there. Bandit being banned out as well. Is gonna slow down Endpoint potentially with their defenses. However, I imagine with a team like them, they can probably counter that by playing almost any other operator, such as a Kaed or a Mute or so on and so forth. Interesting first site being brought out here. Gym bedroom, generally considered to be more of a secondary site, with the primary sites being either cache CCTV or over downstairs in the basement. One being brought out in Panda. Okay then. Panda has played Warden once or twice, but it doesn't look like she's going to play him this time. And Wamai, or sorry, correction, not even Wamai, Kali being 6-picked out for Capito. Capito's always a strong operator. I do like him. He's got a strong primary weapon. Me personally, I do like the para, but I would probably take the M249 instead.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
And Panda swapping out Warden for a Valkyrie. More intel, more C4. It's always fantastic. I mean, just kind of count the C4 available to Endpoint right now. You've got Panda, Kaed, Panda as if she's an operator. You've got the Valkyrie, the Kaed, and also the Mute. So that's potentially the 3 C4s being played here. Compare that to Eternal. They've got the Thinker, the Twitch, Capital, the Thermite, and
Bomb located by attackers.
So previously we did see the thinker being played out here, and I did consider whether it was going to be a rush, because generally speaking, if you're going to play a, if you're going to bring a rush, you're going to bring free speed, you're going to bring a thinker. However, they didn't rush. So potentially that's more of a personal preference for Kavods. Ravity on a Twitch. I'll fully admit this, guys, I am a Twitch main, so the fact that we are seeing Twitch main brought out here has my heart kind of melted a little bit. Very excited about that. Kind of curious to see what she's going to do here. Looks like they are setting up for a push through stock, I believe. Gonna be curious to see what they're going to do here now. Cash CC has been reinforced off. They are intending to hold that for as long as they can. They've got two operators inside of there. They've got Midnight and Panda. The dream team combination right there. Because you've got Panda on drone work and Midnight with the fragging, or you've got Midnight on drones and Panda on the fragging. That's always great to see. Thermite opening up the wall. There is no mute jammer there, so that's going to be opened up, no problem. Leaving the Thermite with just one extra charge left remaining. It's fairly spread out defense by Endpoint. A couple of shots going down into logistics. And a little devil again hit in retaliation. Aztec push up with a shotgun in her face. Honestly, if you're gonna rush anybody, rush them with a shotgun. So seeing was on the rappel outside. Oh, Breach gonna try and push in potentially in a second, taking enough time. And potentially is the Thermite going to get pinched here?
Attackers have dropped the bomb diffuser.
Cash.
Attackers
CCTV.
recovered the bomb diffuser.
Heavy emphasis on that CCTV push right now by Eternal. And I think it's been fairly read out by Endpoint. They've noticed that there's definitely a lot of pressure coming in through there. That wall is soft. So potentially they could try and open that up if they wanted. Smoke coming in, Bo3. Saving Midnight there. Shooting around the back as Capital goes down. Not quite sure what that push was. However, again, as we mentioned, heavy emphasis on this cash. Now bear in mind, this isn't even sight. There's 55 seconds remaining. Barbara pushing up right staircase. One gets one kill, and a refrag comes out. Thermite push in, however, it's all 41, and Panda comes in for retribution. That was a double kill there by Panda, and that was just a perfect read by Endpoint right there. They recognise, hey, there's a heavy emphasis on that CCTV. Let's push all of our people around there. We've got two people over in cash. Let's push somebody from up underneath through red staircase. Fantastic work by Barbara. Baiting out shots, baiting out time, and allowing Panda to get 3k right there. Leading the charge, as per usual. Fury was able to get at least one kill, to be fair. It's going to be curious to see what they're going to do now. So yeah, fairly similar lineup being brought out to the first game. Young and a Thinker. However, Thinker's getting 6-picked out. Is it going to be a Thinker to a Thinker? That would be a 6-pick and a half. Nope, it is a Zofia. Okay, fantastic. Zofia, fantastic weapons. Concussion launcher. Lifeline is so valuable. So many people underrate how valuable that lifeline can be. And Mira being brought out. You know, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, I'm gonna say something controversial here. I would rather play Legion than a Mira. I would rather play a Legion over a Mira. Like, not to say that the Mira's bad or anything like that. I just, you know, myself personally, I like the goo mines too much. I like goo. Interesting Mira placement being played out there. So that does, when you look at the Mira, specifically where that Mira is being played, that's specifically in stock. That is such a hard place to actually go. But I like that. So that second Mira window inside a bar is actually being used specifically to counter a stock push, which then in turn allows somebody to play the Mira window instead of playing push. I like this. So they're specifically attempting to hold on to the bar and specifically trying to hold on to the bar and the stock. Okay, that's gonna be quite interesting. Not something that you see very often. I believe I've actually seen that once, and that was in APAC Pro League and APAC Challenger League. Actually, no, it might have been LATAM.
Attackers located a bomb.
From like maybe 2 seasons ago. defuse is attempting to put down a cluster charge on a reinforced wall potential on the top of it. Looks like they are attempting to figure out what they want to be doing here for an attack execute. DDR currently on CC window as well as the Zofia. Attempting to do their very best in cutting off the rotate between garage and B site. So far 1 minute 50 left. Standing in that might have been a fuse charge in logistics, I'd presume that might be where they did it. I'm not sure. And a little bit of jumping into sight, however, very low health, but she does manage to make it in. Midnight killing off the fuse inside the construction. Ying very low health, however, she has managed to rotate around. As Izzy picks up a kill of her own near root dragon, takes down Aztec. Eternal are giving it back. They are doing their very best. It's 1 minute 15 left on the clock. They do have the diffuser. They could potentially go for a B plant in a second. However, Panda underneath with a C4. I would imagine still will Barbara. I can't imagine a Mira without a C4. Fury currently holding on inside of construction. Holding on that rotate. It's a really good position right there. Stopping the Jaeger from rotating through and catching her out. Fantastic flank watch by Thermite. Alright, now this is looking very promising right now for Eternal. Is he holding on red staircase? They could go for this plan. 45 seconds remaining. Barbara playing underneath, trying to hold on. Izzy killing off the Thermite. It's a nice headshot. 30 seconds remaining. They don't have a lot of time. Panda playing underneath. Again, this is what I'm talking about. Vertical control. Izzy is back on site. Barbara and Panda both underneath. They've got like this strategy works. C4 underneath ready for when somebody runs through. However, they don't do that. They don't wait for somebody to run through. They just blow it off. Gravity, last one standing, unable to make it back into sight. I just look at this. When was the last time you saw somebody playing underneath inside of a lounge with this kind of aggression? I don't even understand how that happened. But anyway, Endpoint, fantastic play right there by the Mira. I mean, I do just have to say, congratulations to the coach and to their support staff, any of their analysts. Kind of hint hint, because I'm an analyst and they don't get a lot of support sometimes. Fantastic work by them, saying, hey, I've got a really good idea. You guys want to try this out? Fantastic work by them. Guys, if anybody in chat right now is affiliated within esports, please respect support staff, whether it be coaches, whether it be analysts, the amount of time and effort that they put in to creating strats like
Defenders,
these
protect your bombs
that
from
on
being
paper
defused by
look
attackers.
very silly, but in reality are incredibly strong. Because how do you counter something like that? How do you, I've been playing this game for 4 years. I played this game back in the closed beta, and I have never once played against a team that did that. Honestly, because if I did, I'd probably just click escape and surrender. Anyway, moving down to the basement now for their second defensive round. Ash being brought out by Fury. Here's hoping she's going to be bringing some of that aggression with her to make this
10 seconds left before insertion.
She's still being brought out by Gvoz. She does appear to
5
like
seconds
that
to go.
6p41. That is the Russian Spetsnaz AMG. And it is very intimidating.
Attackers are heading out to defuse a bomb.
So it looks like Barbara isn't going to be trying to CAD trick the kitchen hatch. Apparently she's just going to be doing it straight up on both the kitchen hatch and the motor hatch. That's fair, that's smart enough. Let's figure out what the Eternal team and players are going to be doing here. Looks like they're going to make a stop push straight through. Potentially going to try and take blue. And I actually do have to correct myself. I said that the Kaid was CAD tricking, or correction, Kaid was using both of her gadgets on the kitchen hatch and motor hatch. No, it appears to be that it's actually the motor hatch and the stock hatch. Now, the reason why this is very important is because that means potentially, are they going to potentially try and impact trick it? I wonder if that means that they're going to try and impact trick it with the Legion. I mean, there's only two reasons I can think that hatch isn't CAD tricked or isn't guided. I think that's probably because either A, an impact grenade through the Legion, or B, because they're fully prepared to just let that get opened up and play from underneath. I mean, they've got a lot of C4s available to them. They could just try and C4 it. Look at all of those mortar holes being played. This is what Siege is made for. It's just the amount of verticality and control that could be brought into this now. We do have the Ash and the Thermite both stocked up inside of Dart. It doesn't appear that any of the defenders are aware of this. Is he potentially going to get peeked out here? Yeah, it does look like Endpoint are fully focusing Kitchen. Panda getting a kill into Ravity. However, this is Ash's time to shine. Panda gets taken down and Ezzy tries to refrag. However, it's not going to be enough. Aztec gets taken down as well by Fury. Dear, finally gets taken down by Ezzy. This is a rough situation to be in. You've got an Ash in the center of your site. How are you going to frag this? How are you going to react to this situation? And with cam aggression, apparently. Ezzy coming out with a spray. However, unable to secure a hit onto the Ash. Ash is in the center of the site all by herself. Gvozd is in the hallway alongside the Nomad, and I'm just thinking, what's going on right now? As he finally gets taken down, however, it's a 2v1 situation. Midnight gets yeeted around, however, she is still able to secure that kill. I don't believe there's any call out on that flank watch there. Look at that drone. Right there, Midnight. Yeah, there's little to no reaction there by the Fuse, so I presume that there just simply wasn't a call out about that rotate. Very unfortunate. That could have been kill fairly easily onto Midnight, however it wasn't, and we're now 3-0 down for Eternal. To be fair, they are attacking first. Fury doing very well, 4 kills right now. I mean, oh no. Oh no. We've got Panda on a Caveira. We've got Panda on a Caveira, please. Oh, Panda. I would have been very interested to see whether we got an interrogation. I think that would be more than possible. I think that would be more than possible. I think that would be very interesting. I want to see that. I'm sure there's a lot of people in chat that would be very excited to see a Panda interrogation. Like. But regardless, we're bringing out Kai. That's fair. It's a logical ban. Remember that Bandit is banned. So yeah, that essentially means that there's not going to be a there's not going to be a bandit. A bandit ban means no bandit. Yeah, surprise guys. So Kai is going to be used in Lura as well, presumably with Aztec. I have noticed that Aztec primarily uses her view jammers mostly to deny drones and drone work. So I would imagine a Panda's probably just going to try and catch it for as long as possible. They do have the castle to make that possible. And they're going for a different kind of defensive positioning than the first round that they went here. See that they aren't really stacked up inside of Cache, which is what they did in round number 1, which threw Eternal off quite a fair bit. A Fury, rapid push, very expedient push through Dart and through Arsenal. Probably gonna push up through Blue now, I'd imagine. No, or main, Blue or main. Looks like main.
Clot is on.
Oh no, Panda, you goofed up. Panda goofed up a little bit, throwing it a little bit too high. Maybe that was on purpose. Maybe it wasn't. Anyway, Dogby Cole coming out there. Endpoint Scramblers going for that call. Gvozd getting taken down by Izzy. That is the... I can't remember how many entry kills that has been for Izzy. I believe that's going to be her first. And Ash on the main staircase. Going to get challenged here. And Aztec steals the kill from Izzy. Izzy ain't going to be happy about that. I can imagine Aztec being a little bit proud about that. Leaving it now, dwindling attackers. Yeah, 3v5, 1 minute 40 left on the clock, and Ravity outside, looking, sees the legs, but unable to, you know, kind of figure out, hey, that's a person. That's unfortunate, and leaving it in essentially a 4v1 situation. Now, fortunately for the Little Devil, she was able to kill Castle and get those cameras. Which hopefully her teammates are going to be on now. However, it's not going to be enough. Comes in from behind. I mean, this is what happens when you don't roam clear. this is what happens when you don't set flank watch. Very unfortunate there. However, good choice by Midnight. So if a Tono want to learn anything through these games, it would definitely be get flank drones set. Okay, so set drones on any likely egress points. So for example, any staircases or any major doorways, right? So that way you know if a defender or an attacker is roaming through that area or is pushing through that area. So for example, if they had a drone inside of lounge to watch the red stairs or cash stairs as it's frequently known, and then potentially another drone over on main staircase, you can tell, hey, okay, we're about to get pushed from behind, let's turn around, pivot and engage this threat, and then focus, kill him off, and then push on to the objective. That was a good push. I enjoyed that. I think that they did very well. I think that
Attackers need
there's
to
a lot of
locate and
things that
defuse
a
bombs.
Tono can learn from this, and vice versa. I think that there's always going to be lessons to be learned. Whether it be you realize, hey, okay, we're doing this specific attack setup or this specific defense setup, it's not necessarily having the results that we want, so potentially if we were to change this one variable, so for example, like bring a different operator, maybe you'll have a different outcome. Speaking of different outcomes, we do have Endpoint with a clash, Panda and Clash. Oh, I do wonder whether Panda has watched one too many Bikini Body videos.
10 seconds remaining.
You know what, I'm not gonna lie, I really want to
seconds
see
remaining.
Panda do the twirly swirly. Now, in case any of you
Attackers
don't know
must
what a
locate and
twirly
defuse
swirly
the bomb.
is, it's, first off, it's a made-up word. And secondly, a twirly swirly is when you are a Clash, you've got a person in front of you, they empty an entire magazine, they dump a mag right in your face. However, you're a Clash, it doesn't hurt you. And then when they run out of ammo and start reloading, you turn around, and as you turn around, you put your shield on your back. And then you turn around and you shoot them. And it's magnificent. So hopefully we're going to see that coming out here. However, I don't imagine we will. I imagine we'll play a little bit more passively here.
Bomb diffuser has been dropped.
Garage wall being opened up, not too much of a surprise. That garage wall is very crucial. If you open that up, it essentially slows down the defender's advance or retreat through the garage. It basically means that you can't really jump through garage window without suffering any any flank watch. So do have the Young currently inside of logistics, going to likely push in through construction alongside Ash and Barbara getting a kill into Dia and a second kill. Barbara is brutal. I wonder whether that's what Barbara means. Is that what the B means in Barbara? I wonder. Anyway,
Attackers recovered
construction
the
push
bomb
coming in
diffuser.
through by Ash and the Young. Taking her time to try and pick that over. However, Aztec not really caring too much about that. I was going to say a swear word, but I'm probably not going to do that because that would be very unprofessional. Construction push again by Young. Gonna try and Candela that and push out. Oh no, but there's a Clash in her way, and that's not gonna work out well in her favour. Clash baiting out for all that she has got. Little Devil can't push that because if she pushes that, she gets shot in the side. Oh, the twirly swirly comes out! And a melee kill. Panda, I love you! Fantastic work. Sorry, I got a little bit excited. Fantastic play right there by Panda. And leaving it in a 5v1 situation. It is all up to Ravity. And there is the Panda. She is at the window. She is looking at that. She is grinning. She is smug as ever. And the C4 goes out, but it misses Ravity, trying to figure out what they can do at this stage. Full health. Does have 55 seconds on the clock. She does have a fantastic weapon. That's C7A. I love this. She can do this. Barbara trying to peek out there. It's not going to work out. And she's going to play aggressive peek out the doorway. And it takes her down. Flawless round by Barbara. Look at that aggression. Look at that pure aggression right there. I think that's like the third time that she peeked out so aggressively like that throughout the game. That was great. QT Fury currently leading. Again, 4 kills so far for Eternal. Or, correction, for her team in Thingamajiggy. And Panda, 8 kills, 1 death. Oh boy. Oh boy. Sage Jamin, if you ever question why somebody bans out a Clash in ranked, just refer them to this VOD. Just refer to them to this VOD. Alright, Knock being brought out by Ravity. I would imagine that's going to be a 6-pick. But it's not. That's great. Okay,
Attackers
fantastic.
need to locate and defuse as many
Kavera,
bombs as they can.
Panda. Oh, whoa. Hi there. Who doesn't love to see a Kavera interrogate? You know, it's just, it's one of those things that it's so rare, especially in competitive play. To be fair, there's a reason why Caveira isn't played that often in competitive play. And that's simply because there's other operators that can do roaming better. In terms of, like, if you're gonna roam, you're gonna bring operators that will still benefit the team. For example, a Jaeger. You're gonna have a Jaeger, because he's got all of his ADS squad. We'll have all of their ADS set up on site ready for you. You'll have a Victor, who, with the ERC scanner, arguably does more damage simply because of the chaos that it can cause. In terms of, like, you're roaming over on one side of the site, or roaming on one side of the map, and you put your ERC scanner on, and then you move to the other side, right, and so on and so forth. And it's such a psychological factor there. Quick entry into blue, as Gavozd and Ravti both pushing down. Ravti on blue staircase, gonna rotate through main, I believe. Yeah, it looks like they're probably gonna try and take main. I want to know where Panda is. I want to know what she's gonna be doing about it. This is a very quick entry into the site. They haven't really roam cleared very well so far. It looks like I don't believe they all cleared upstairs yet. Oh, but Panda are gonna be very sneaky beaky. Is she gonna catch out the Ash? I feel like we need like Pink Panther music right now playing. Panda sneaking about over in logistics. Ash trying to clear that out as best as she can, looking in through logistics. There's two people there. Oh, come on. You know you want to do it to them. Come on. Come on, Panda. But she doesn't do it.
Attackers have dropped the bomb diffuser. Attackers have recovered their diffuser.
Anyway, unfortunately, the Ash and the Knock are able to rotate backside. Midnight killing off the Thinker. I think that she's dead right now. And the Ash on bare minimum of health. Barbara killing off the Ash. Just as I say that, she goes down. This is looking dominant as ever for Endpoint. However, Panda, is she gonna do it? Come on! Panda, you can do it! You can do it! Never mind.
Attackers dropped the diffuser.
Panda, Pokeballs. Slides, leaving it all up in a 1v5 situation. Midnight getting the 4th kill there. Onto Ravti. And Dia doing her best. It definitely does appear like a tunnel waking up during those 1vx situations. However, it's not going to be enough as Barbara clears up. Look at that ACOG. Let's go with Diddy ACOG. And takes down the palm out. Very unfortunate. However, round number 7. Round number 7 coming out. As we are currently sitting on match point. Barbara, Panda, and Izzy. Doing very well for kills right now. Potentially could have been 2 extra kills for Panda if she had actually gone out of the desk. However, you know, that is water under the bridge. And we are now seeing the first attack raid coming out for Endpoint. Maverick being brought out by Barbara. Not too much of a surprise. I imagine we're going to see her. I hope they're going to do the rappel. The special rappel thingamajig on Cash CCTV. Specifically on the CCTV wall. It's always very interesting to see the teamwork and coordination that happens between them.
Defenders,
let's have a good look. So, okay, so we've got, specifically for Endpoint here, okay, look at their Capitao. I would imagine we're going to see the Havana and the Capitao open up the garage, like specifically the top corner of the left wall. And basically it's got off to rotate through the window and basically stop anyone from holding on catwalk. And then you're going to see the Maverick on the bottom of the wall. And then likely Izzy on the close rappel. So, like, right up close on the left side of the CCTV wall, and then potentially another person on the far right, just on the long side. And the reason why you do it like that, and the reason you set it up like that, is to basically stop people from, if you've got a bandit on the wall, or, for example, a cat in this situation, they can't really stay there, okay? So they'll try and rotate out, and as they rotate out, they'll get their legs shot out. Hopefully we're going to see something like that. I really want to see that. It's always fantastic to see the teamwork and coordination that goes into that. Yeah, as we see here, Panda opening it up. I presume the reason why they're doing that. Okay. Yeah, they're nestling it in there. Just make sure that there's no issue. So the fan opens up the bottom of it. And Barbara, actually, I believe she's opening up the top side of it. So she's just going to open up. Yeah, okay, so we're not doing the special thing, but they're just going to open up the entire wall. Just going to open up the entire wall right now. Barbara, she's an artist. I like this. And midnight over on CC window. I'm so disappointed by this. I really wanted to see it. It's always a lot of fun. I'm kind of curious to see what they're gonna do here. Open up the
Attackers
main
have located a bomb.
Got a lot of time to work with right now. 1 minute 45 as they try and figure out what they want to do here. And
Enemy located.
Chayad currently holding on east stairs.
Attila is on.
Very nice to see there. Nice kill onto Panda. Takes the Ash out the equation. Eager on half health, however, still able to hold into the garage. It looked like Gravity had her sidearm out for a second. Oh boy, trying to challenge garage door with a sidearm with P12. I like that. So yeah, bit of a slower push this time by Endpoint. I think they're just going to take enough time. This is definitely working in Eternal's favour right now. Shots going out and barely missing Valkyrie right there. And yeah, I mean, this is generally what you come to expect from a team like Endpoint. Is just holding the angles and holding lines of sight until like a certain stage, and then they'll just fall in, collapse in, single fire, being swapped back over to fully automatic by midnight. And Barbara now pushing towards Jim, or sorry, correction, towards Garage. Not quite sure what's going to happen here. I mean, I definitely would have expected them to try and rush in. As he getting a kill into Devil, that is going to be two of their C4s down now. And it's an entire collapse onto site now. Gravity and Aztec barely missing each other. Aztec coming in behind you. What are you doing? Aztec, turn around. Oh, okay, that's why. So the Jaeger had an M870. Fantastic play overall there. Like, fantastic work by Eternal. Simply holding on to site, holding on to cash and Red Staircase. The fact they're able to maintain control over Garage for so long. Fantastic work. Fury, again, Fury D. Or I believe it's Day. Is it Day? Is it Day? The work that they're putting in for this is incredible. It's fantastic work with them. They're now going over to Gym Bedroom, choosing not to go over to the basement. For now, they're actually going to a secondary site. Hopefully this is going to work out in their favour. Castle Kaid being brought out, not too much of a surprise. You're probably going to have the castle on Gym Window and some other places. Kaid probably going to be on Jacuzzi Wall.
To locate and defuse bombs.
I like this. I think most of the lineups being brought out today so far have been very logical, and that's fantastic. That's what we want to see. We want to see clear, defined progression from each of these games in terms of they're realizing, hey, okay, we're not necessarily doing very well in this specific player. Let's swap it out and play an alternative. So I'm a little bit disappointed that Endpoint haven't brought out Twitch. I do love Twitch. She's a fantastic operator. Fantastic weapon. F2 is brilliant, especially with
10 seconds to insertion. 5 seconds remaining.
Not too much to say about this defense so far, at least the setup.
Attackers are moving out to locate a bomb.
Wondering whether we're going to see a holdover either in cash CC or in construction. Again, so one thing of note for Endpoint is definitely that a lot of their attack executes, and we've seen it time and time again, are very slow but very methodical. Okay, and it's not as if they're just sitting there waiting for the time to run out, but they are taking their time and making sure that everything is set up before they go in for that execute. Making sure they've got flank drones, making sure they've got flank quads, making sure everything is in their favour. Before they kind of
bomb located by attackers,
which is always very important. Rhapsody holding inside the door, rotating back out. Gonna be curious to see what they're gonna do here. Aztec killing off Gvoz. That's the alibi down. And 2 minutes left. They do have a bit of a disadvantage now that they've lost their main alibi. Maverick being opened up, and there's a C4 on the castle barricade, ready for that to get opened up. I think maybe the sound of it alone probably would have scared most people away. Midnight still by the window, waiting for the C4 to go off, hearing that it's no longer there. Just gonna start hitting it again. Ravity playing a bit of a cat and mouse with Midnight right now. Midnight fully prepared for that. And it's gonna work out in Midnight's favour as she takes out the leash. And that is a double peek by Aztec and Midnight. Ravity trying to hold on to the window as best she can. Still full kill. However, 1 minute 10, or 1 minute 15 even, correction, left on the clock. It's got a minute of time to try and hold off for as long as they can. Fury on the main staircase trying to contest. Jacuzzi won't double stacked out in Jacuzzi and double stacked out in Gym Window. This definitely looks like a solid gym type. They're going to try and go for a plan as quickly as possible. Now, bear in mind, Aztec doesn't have diffuser. Midnight's down. This is rough. Panda has diffuser, but she is on the roof. She's going to have to drop down now, go into gym. This is a lot of time wasted that could potentially have been used planting. However, 2v4 situation. QQ Fury getting killed into Barbara. Trying to hold on to that balcony for as long as you can. Panda gets...
Attackers activating the
Panda gets planted. And it is looking bad for Eternal. Fury cleans up a little bit there. Takes down Izzy. However, it's 1v3. Technically, almost a 1v2 with Aztec and Panda. But it's not going to be enough. Aztec secures that last kill. And that is going to be a GG. That is going to be a GG for Endpoint. Solid game. Both of those games, 7-1. Barbara, MVP, with that Maverick. What a game. What a game overall. 8 kills, 9 kills, 6 kills, 6 kills. That's insane. The teamwork that goes into all of their games there. Countdown for that, roughly. So guys, if you're interested, please go get some food, go get some drinks, and I will catch you guys soon. Coming up in a few minutes, we're going to be having FastBan versus Eternal. Now, fortunately, we were able to cast Eternal in the last game, so we are very familiar with this team. However, we are going to be watching them play against FastBan. They previously played in the last game versus Traktori. Now, we're going to quickly go over their kind of team roster for a minute. So if you guys are interested, please hang around. Let's have a look at this. So we do have in FastBan, Requires Courage, Mystical Tian, Infinite Power, Rosella, or Rosella even, my bad, and Deuce Hella. On the side of Eternal, we have Day, QT Fury, Voiced, Little Devil, and Ravity. Looking forward to seeing how both of these teams play. I was able to catch some of FastBan's rounds. In the last game, they played on Border in the last game of that matchup, or the last map of that matchup. And it was quite interesting. I think that they are a very strong team. I think it's going to be very interesting to see how they're going to play against Eternal. Now, I'm familiar with these maps, and I definitely think that a lot of teams favour them. So it does look like Clubhouse is going to be our first map of this matchup. I'm looking forward to that. Clubhouse is always fun. And I mean, previously we've already seen it today. Villa's going to be second, and Border will be a decider. This is fantastic to see, especially considering when Border is considered to be such a frag-heavy map. Started, I believe, in a minute. Yes, fantastic. Alright. So we're starting off on our first map. It is Villa. It's going to be a Villa start. Eternal versus FastBan. FastBan going to be banning it out first. Kind of curious to see who they're going to ban out. A Jackal. Okay, as we mentioned, Jackal is very good operator for roam clearance. However, FastBan don't want to deal with that. Now, bear in mind, they are starting on defense first, which is a good Good ban out. Eternal going out for another Buck ban. I was surprised by that, honestly. I expected they wouldn't ban out Buck because I believed that was a specific target ban against Panda. I didn't realize that would come into their gameplay manifesto, so to speak. Echo coming out as the third ban. Echo generally sees a lot of bans being played out simply because of his yokai gadget. A lot of teams don't want to play against him, specifically on attack, because it can be so hard to counter, and a lot of teams don't want to have to dedicate an IQ just to hunt them down. So we are now finished with our map and operator bans. I do like those operator bans. I think that they're incredibly smart, and I believe that, you know, a lot of them make a lot of sense. I can totally see why you'd want to ban out the Echo. And vice versa. Oh. And it appears we may have crashed. Possibly. I believe that we may have crashed. Okay, yes. Unfortunately, the game crashed. This is professional content, ladies and gentlemen. Unfortunately, the game did indeed crash on startup. But I think a lot of people at this stage are familiar with Siege. You know, this generally happens during competitive play, and unfortunately, there's not much else we can do about it. So we are gonna have to wait up and see if we can fix that. So we are going to have a technical break here. Technical difficulties. Made like a feels bad man. So I do believe we are going to be able to reconnect and get the game going back in a second or two, hopefully. And it does appear so. I'm unsure whether we are going to be going for a rehost or whether we are going to carry on. I do believe that we may just carry on. Yep. We're going to swap straight back on over. Fantastic. Thank you very much to the Observer for getting us back in that quickly. Now, as we see here, there's a strong presence inside of Aviator Games Room. I would imagine that we're probably going to see the attackers either push through master bedroom or through the balcony. That is generally the usual lineup for this. We see Day floating through a doorway. Thank you, Siege. So you already got control of study. That's always good to see. So I'm liking this attack so far. That's very strong, very significant push already. It's minute 40 left on the clock. They already have control of study. Potentially going to try and open up that study wall in a minute or two. As we are, unfortunately, we may have crashed again. we may have crashed again. I'm not quite sure. Did we crash? Quite possibly. Okay. OBS. Unfortunately, yeah. Unfortunately, we did crash. Alright, this is fantastic. So we are going to have to wait a few minutes just whilst our caster, our observer is able to get back in-game. At the end of the day, there's not much else we can do to fix this, other than just, except that, you know, welcome to Siege. The game crashes every 5 minutes. I think the vast majority of people in chat has played ranked where, you know, you join into a game, you know, you're doing really well, and then your game crashes, and you spend like, you end up, even though you miss like the first round because like you're restarting, you then miss like this, like the start of the second round. It's always fairly frustrating to deal with, but unfortunately that's just the nature of it. And yeah, so we do have the stream back, I believe. It may be back. It is indeed fantastic. Alright, we've got that back now. We'll be back over. Again, thank you so much to the observer for getting that back in as quickly as he had done. That was very quick by him. Moving us back over to round number 2. Okay, so it did look like FastBan won that round. Unfortunately, we weren't able to figure out how they won, because we unfortunately never got to see it. However, I would imagine it probably would have been very spectacular. So moving us over to round number 2, we have the objective as... as we see right there. Heller on the dock, 4K. And Mystical getting a kill of her own. Fantastic play by them. Unfortunately, Eternal were only managing to pick up 2 kills right there. Yeah, Hitler, 4 kills so far with that dock. It's always good to see a top tier fragger playing a dock with that MP5 ACOG double combo. Slow start for this round as we push in through the south side. Likely going to push in through the study with the attackers taking their time. Decent lineup. I do like the Ash. I think it's a very strong lineup. You've got the Thatcher, the Thermite, Sledge, Ash, Zofir all contributing with the soft destruction. Mystical Tian playing inside of Study, potentially going to get a kill onto the Sledge here. And the game may have crashed for a third time. No, it is fine. It's just taking its time. As the Bandit tries to throw out a C4, unable to secure a kill onto the Sledge, however. And he is, or she is able to play inside of Study just a little bit longer. Rotating out of Study now, holding on Raid staircase, or correction, main staircase. As Day tries to peek across with that. Thatcher, she could definitely do it with the L85. However, Bandit probably has the advantage. MP7 takes off Day's head. And only lost about half of her health doing it. Zofir, however, able to refrag with infinite power. That is their Mozzie down. Mozzie is this very strong operator. Now, bearing in mind, Mozzie has, not only does he have a solid primary regiment in terms of like the Commando or the Roni, but then also Mystical Tian getting a kill onto Sledge as well. Yeah. And Require Courage again. It's like they're refragging each other so far. Fury trying to land a shot behind Astro. However, Heller able to stay there and takes off Fury's head. She peeked right into that one. Ravity trying to do her best to try and make some magic happen right now. 4v1. She's got a lot to play with. 1 minute on the clock. She has to make a move here. It's definitely looking strong for FastBan right now. Free Fire coming out through the breach. However, that's not really going to impact anybody. Ravity stuck in the corner. Gonna have to try and make a move here. Surrounded on all sides. She has 2 people on her left side with Rosella and Courage. And then she also has Heller behind the desk still. Trying to do her best. Actually, I believe Doc is still behind the box now. Courage doing her best, trying to peek that out. A massive advantage right now for FastBan. They can basically just wait out time and allow Ravity to run into their line of fire. I mean, they've got so many angles that they could set up here if they wanted to. Gonna try and push into bathroom now, try and get a peek on. Looking down, but that's not really gonna work out as FastBan gets another round won by them. Courage rotating in through Statue over to Astro and gets a nice kill there. Very strong. And that Unicorn, look at that Unicorn charm. Who doesn't love that? I love that. Very happy with this so far. So yeah, I think probably the best thing you can say about FastBan at the moment is they are being very team oriented. Like the amount of crossfires that they're setting up for each other, the amount of refrags that they're setting up for each other is incredible. Mystical playing on a Caveira. Is she going to be able to do what Panda wasn't able to with that Caveira? Ravity swapping out from the Twitch over to the Thatcher again. And Fuse back in the capable hands of Gvozd. So it kind of worries me a little bit with this attacking lineup. I'd be pretty intimidated seeing a Blackbeard, seeing an Ash, seeing a Fuse. Very strong operators. Kind of in comparison to that, and again, actually, I do want to just go back to this. Mozzie, okay? I love Mozzie being integrated into their playstyle. Not only does Mozzie have two fantastic primary weapons, he's got the Commando 9 and the Roni, but he also has a great secondary shotgun that can be used for site reconstructions, setting up lines of sight, rotate holes, smoke holes, everything, like the whole thing. He's got a C4, which is fantastic for the plant denial. And then his gadget alone, like, not only is it intel denial, you're denying the attackers the ability to drone through certain parts and certain areas of the map, but then it also enables them to get their own utility and their own drones. And intel is key on this game, alright? If you do not have intel, you're having to face check rooms, and that will get you killed so often. So that's a very strong pick right there. I'm very interested to see where Mozzie's going to be playing here. She did unfortunately die out fairly early on into that last round. A quick entry by Habana. A bit of a risk sending in your primary hard breach, your only hard breach, into kind of face check ahead of herself. Ravity close behind for a refrag, but I definitely think it should be the other way around. We see Mozzie currently holding inside of Art Gallery, I believe. Yep, inside of Art Gallery. That's a very strong, heavy push so far by the attackers, and unfortunately I'm kind of worried about this because it's going to be very easy for Fuse to get interrogated here. Being frank, she is all on her own. Alright, that is a Caveira's dream right there. Is to just catch a Fuse whilst he's fusing on his own. Gvozd looking around. Again, I don't believe she will have a drone up there with her for company. Caveira slowly sneaking up behind her. Would have heard the window breaking in, taking her time to hold the angle. And she is moving into action now. All she has to do is get one or two lucky shots. Sneaking around right behind the Fuse. Unable to spot her just yet though. However, looking over. Definitely getting the call out sight. He's over and oh, that's a headshot. Alright, you're not going to be able to interrogate that one. And Courage following up with a quick double kill, or a quick second kill I should say, onto Fury. Very low health. She has the bare minimum of health. Now would be the kind of time you're wishing that you had a Doc in your team instead of that Rook. However, to be fair, she's only alive because she had that Rook armor. Well, Devil took a fair bit of damage there and has the Supernova. Interesting combination. Not going to work out against Commando 9. As Infinite Pair picks up another kill. This is what we want to see a Mozzie doing here. Getting kills, wasting time. I'm really interested to see what they're able to do with this. Mystical and Jaeger are both on fairly low health right now. I mean, you could probably, you know, kind of... Blackbeard getting a kill onto Infinite, actually. Fair enough. I mean, yeah, that's the power of the Blackbeard, is if you shoot them in the shield, you're not going to hit their head because their head is behind the shield. It's fantastic. 25 seconds remaining on the clock. 2v4 situation right now, although arguably is more of a 2v3 when you consider that Requires is pretty much dead already. They don't have Diffuser. They don't really have time to run out and go grab it. They've ran out of time here. And Day trying to get through the doorway. There's no time. Like, this would be the situation. You want to go for a frag, it's not going to work out as Russell just kills off Ravity. And there's just no time to go for that flank there. Generally speaking, if you've got 15 seconds left on the clock, you don't have Diffuser, you've kind of got only one option remaining, which is to storm site. You pretty much just need to storm site and get the kills and frag it. Like, there's no time. You're a Blackbeard, you don't have your sidearm out. You're already slowed down because you've still got the shield on your rifle. So I believe, someone can correct me in chat here, but I believe that the Blackbeard shield slows you down by about 30%. I could be wrong about that. You're not going to make it for the Diffuser and make it back down in time and get the plant down and then cover it. You're not going to do all that. It's very unfortunate there. However, round 4 is now starting, and I do like the lineup being brought out. I like the sledge. Sledge is always a good option. I think a lot of people forget the viability of having that soft destruction in the form of a sledge or a buck. Obviously, buck is banned, so therefore you're going to have to play the Zofia. You're going to have to play the sledge. I think it's still a strong lineup. And we are going back to Aviator Games Room. A lot of intel being brought out by FastBan. You've got the Valkyrie, you've got the Mozzie, you've got the Legion. I'm curious to know, and I'm going to ask later on after this game, I want to know why Heller prefers playing Rook. I want to know if there's a reason for that. Maybe perhaps she just feels more comfortable with him. Potentially she prefers the benefits that you get with the Rook. There's so many reasons why you'd bring a Rook, and there's so many reasons why you'd bring a dog. I think it's always interesting to see why people have a preference. Myself, I prefer taking the dog because I spawn peek everything. I spawn peek a lot. And it definitely does feel like it helps me out a lot more when I can kind of heal myself up after I peek and I get shot up quite a fair bit. She's getting fairly spread out attacks so far. Ravity trying to open up a wall as quickly as she can. And again, it's interesting that this is allowed to happen. I mean, there's nobody else on the balcony, which means it'd be very easy for someone to go in through Games Room and just shoot off those Habana pellets. Obviously, they didn't do that because potentially there could have been someone else on the balcony with her to basically secure that. But that was incredibly risky for Habana to use all her X carriers like that. And Sledge getting a kill onto the Valkyrie. That's the first kill, I believe, the first entry kill that Eternal have had this map. Would have been nice to see Sledge get a Sledgehammer kill, but, you know, not going to complain. Fantastic work there by Gvozd. Still fairly low health. She got about half health, I believe, as Zofia is now pushing up through Astro's Staircase. She will have to contend with the Jaeger, holding by Study. Hell, probably going to rotate around slowly in a minute if the Jaeger needs some more support. Pinging out. Potentially, I would imagine that, yeah. I do believe the Heller should be able to try and support this. However, nope, doesn't look like it. Devil pushing behind and taking her out. I wonder whether Zofia can make this happen again. Is she going to peek the wrong way? Is she going to peek left? No, she peeks right, but it's not right enough. As Courage seals that kill. Leaving it again. Advantage towards FastBan. ADS taking down one Thatcher grenade. That's a bit of a wasted gadget right there. A bit of a waste of utility right there. Rossella holding inside a Volt and throws out a Gooman at the wrong time. Day takes off her head for the pleasure. I'm liking this. Eternal, they're taking their time, but it's working out. We're getting opened up, and unfortunately, it's not going to get opened up entirely, considering the exothermic charge just got shot down. Now, active ping's coming out, and the Jaeger should be able to rotate through. Call out should be that there's somebody prone right there. No, he's not going to do it. They're not going to do it. But she tries anyway, and she takes her head off. There had to have been the call out there that the person was prone.
I'm reloading.
But potentially it's just a bit of a slow miscommunication, potentially, I'd imagine. Anyway, Day pushing now into Games Room. Requires Courage. Gonna have to try and contest this. And another headshot. However, Plant attempting to go down before getting taken off. Ravity now 1v1. And is able to secure that. She was on site. She was starting to go for the plant. As soon as Thatcher got taken down, she had to pull herself off and go for that frag. Was he playing very aggressively there, throwing his life away a little bit. Leaving it. Again, I was surprised by that. I was going in all directions right there. First off, FastBan sort of having a strong advantage at the beginning before Eternal were able to turn that back around. Courage, 7 kills, 1 death on that Jaeger. This is what you want to see a fragger doing. But unfortunately, it didn't work out for FastBan at that time. So moving over, 3-1 now in favour again of FastBan. However, Eternal pulling it back. They're doing very well so far. I'm very impressed with how they're playing. I hope that we're going to see a little bit more teamwork and coordination here from both teams. I think that from what I've been able to see here, it does seem to be lacking a little bit in certain areas. However, potentially that's just because of communication issue. I mean, for example, in that last round, Jaeger had the pings to know that there was at least one person on top of Red Stairs, or in Red Landing. However, she wasn't really able to utilize that information to the best of her abilities because she peeked up, but she couldn't see the person because he was prone. Now, generally speaking, if you know that somebody's prone there looking the wrong way, you're still gonna peek up. Like, you're still gonna peek that fully. So she was probably looking at that ping and thinking, hey, there's no one here. Until she pushed up a little bit more and then sold ahead. At least I would assume that that's what had happened there. Fairly standard lineup, and setup being brought out by the defender so far. I gotta admit, I would kind of like to see that middle wall get reinforced next to the rotate. To be honest, inside, in between Aviator. Just to allow people to play on that wall a little bit more effectively, instead of getting pushed out immediately as soon as the attackers are able to take control night away. So again, not a lot of attention being left to the master bedroom. I would kind of like to see Zofia play a bit more with her team. We've got Heller over on the back staircase, potentially going to peek around. This is exactly what you need to worry about when you are roam clearing on your own. And it appears she may even be droning herself in. Yeah, she is. She's droning herself in right on the other side. Got to spot out Courage, but she won't have spotted Heller. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Heller getting a... Yes, very unfortunate. However, Bandit potentially going to be refragged fairly quickly back on site. And Ravity, oh no, Ravity killed Bandit with a Habara X Kairos. Oh man, that's cold. Right there, Ravity. Oh, that's rude. Killing off the Bandit with an X Kairos. I'm gonna have to admit, I think that's a bit of a wasted utility. If she fired them at the person, I'm not quite sure. I don't know where the Bandit died. But anyway, they have full control of Red Landing, and they do not have control of 90 as Heller gets the nice peek onto Fury.
Lights out.
Eternal are they're playing a lot stronger here. Courage doing the same rotate that she did last game, sneaking up behind. Doesn't look like there's any flank watch. And Marcel getting a kill onto Gavoz. That's a melee right there. Let's go Tian, killing off Dede. And unfortunately Infinite Pyre has left. However, Ravity, that peek back around, taking down Courage, fairly low health. Is she going to be able to do it again? This was the second round in a row that she has been left in a 1vx situation. She could definitely do this. Doesn't have a lot of time left remaining, 40 seconds, gonna have to start rotate. Spotting the person on the red stairs, however, not gonna be able to really do too much. She has very low health, bare minimum of health. And is too busy, occupied with that camera. Mystical peeking up through red stairs, taking her down. Fantastic work there. I really like that. In the end, it was a double roam, or double rotate through red stairs and red landing. That was very strong. I like that. Hopefully we're going to see a repeat of that in the next round. So getting moving back over to Trophy Statue. And as our fifth player is able to return back into the game, no problem. So we're going to carry on with little to no issue. Again, fairly strong lineup being brought out by the attackers. We've got the Ash, we've got the Twitch that's getting 6-pick to a Thatcher. Got the Sledge, got the Habana, and the Nomad. I do like the integration of Nomad into this. Hopefully we're going to see more use of her air jabs. For anybody that's relatively new to the game, the reason why Nomad is so strong and is considered a fairly good ban on certain maps, such as Consulate, and to a lesser degree to Villa, is because with her air jabs, you can put that onto specific egress points of the map, such as a staircase or a doorway, and whenever somebody, or whenever one of the defenders goes through it, they will get yeeted. I believe that is a technical term. It basically means they get flung to another side of the room because they get, you know, air jab, yeeted. Yeah, it's a call out. Which essentially means they get knocked off balance so they can't fire their primary weapon or secondary weapon until they stand back up, and it lets off a very loud, hey, there's a defender over here kind of noise, which is very strong, especially when it's used on the flanks or in a post-plant situation. It's kind of interesting to see the drone economy difference between this game and the previous games. I think this has definitely been a bit slower and a bit more methodical in terms of their drone work. I would definitely like to see Eternal droning in for themselves a little bit more, or droning their teammates in a bit more. From what we've been able to say, they definitely lack that to a lesser degree. Gravity pushing in down through the thingamajiggy down there. Fantastic. I wonder if she's going to go underneath, or whether she's going to rotate over to Master. Looks like she's going to rotate Master. Not too much of a surprise. Mythical trying to peek out there. Trying to contest. Oh, it sees one person and lights up the Thatcher. However, not able to secure a kill, but that definitely puts puts them at a disadvantage when Day retaliates. Half health, but damn. Good night to the bandit. That's generally speaking why you spawn peek with an ACOG, so you can actually see what you're looking at. Courage Curry holding on the lower section of Red Staircase. Potentially going to try and flank in behind the attackers when they try and push up through Astro. It looks like they're having a heavy emphasis on Astro and below. Potentially they're going to be using the Zofia, or actually, correction, not Zofia, the Ash to play underneath. That would be a strong move right there. Nomad, top of the red stairs, alongside the Ash. It looks like we're having a fairly one-dimensional push here. As Nomad is able to get a kill onto Rosella. That is the Legion down. Jaeger needs to make this move, needs to start rotating, trying to support the teammate. Was getting a kill onto Courage and Infinite. Leaving it just up for Hella. Stuck inside of Astro right now, trying to maintain control. However, she's getting peeked from 3 different angles right now. Inside Statue, inside Bathroom, and potentially even inside of Trophy. Looks like Bathroom's pushed off, rotating around through Master. That's just not going to be enough. Eternal were able to frag that one out. That was really good to see. I mean, think about the coordination in that push. You had one person in Master pushing in through Bathroom and causing pressure. You had 2 people inside the Statue, and then 1 person over in Trophy Entrance. That kind of pressure really forces Heller to remain in that position, because she can't rotate anywhere else, because anywhere she rotates, she'll just get clutched out and fragged out. However, we are now moving over to round number 7, where we have switched sides. So you're now gonna see Heller on the Thinker. I believe Heller is going to be the second player to bring out a Thinker so far today. It's, a lot of people don't necessarily like Thinker in EU and NA play. I definitely feel like Thinker's fallen out of play and fallen out of favour for a lot of people, because there's different operators that you can bring, or specifically different gadgets or utility that you can bring. However, Adrenal Surge is very powerful. Most well known for, you know, for like heavy, you know, kind of heavy rushes. However, I imagine we'll probably we may see her using a bit more of a passive kind of execute role, more than a fast rush. So here's hoping. We also see Vigil being played. Always like some Vigil play. I personally prefer Vigil over Caveira as a roamer. I feel like they both got a lot of versatility, a lot of ability to roam in this game. Like, I'm not going to say that Caveira is a terrible roamer. No, she's a fantastic roamer. But specifically in a competitive format, Vigil tends to be a better team player. Which is ironic to say of a solo roamer, but yes. A bit more of a spread out attack so far, being led by FastBan. We are seeing Vigil played over by Statue and Master Bedroom. It's a good idea. Basically, if anyone tries to drone in through Master, they're definitely going to spot that out, and hopefully the attackers are going to try and cut that off. Cut off that rotate. Cause a little bit of pressure from Master Bedroom and then through Red Stairs, and boom, you score out a roamer. That's fantastic play right there. So it'll be interesting to see what they do here. Vigil trying to contest the window. Waste a little bit of time here watching in through Astro as the attackers seem to be going for a double spread push. It appears to be that they're pushing through pushing in through Master Bedroom, but also through the balcony, I believe. Spending a lot of time trying to contest this Vigil without actually pushing in. This is a very good position to be in for Eternal. You're wasting a lot of time. Generally speaking, if you can waste a minute 40, a minute 30 of the attacker's time as a roamer, you've done your job. You can start pulling back towards site. 1 minute 30 left on the clock. Vigil's done a fantastic job. He's done a little bit of damage towards Finker. However, more importantly, he's wasted a lot of time It's both attackers trying to do their very best, waste as much time as possible. Vigil taking our time, not really needing to push this too much. However, Thinker gonna peek around through, and I think that this might be the end of Vigil. No, it's not. It's gonna be the end of Thinker. As the Vigil, full health, is able to respond in kind. Day as well, also securing a kill onto the Thatcher. This is not looking good for the attackers whatsoever. As I say that, Caster's Curse. Courage gets a kill, and Tian gets a kill as well. Ravity down. It's on a 2v2. Attackers have lost control of Diffuser, however, they are spread out. A lot of people are spread out, and that's exactly what I'm talking about with the Nomad air jab. That call out right there will take down the Legion. Simply hearing that and then realizing, hey, there's a person in the hallway, that's fantastic call right there for the attackers. 2v1 now. Valkyrie all to play for. Full health. 1 C4 remaining. Could try and contest this Diffuser. Here's the Gooman going off. Here's the person firing at her. However, it's not really going to be enough. And I imagine it's going to be a push straight through of Volt. And she's going to get... No! She managed to get behind! It's like watching musical chairs. Mystical 10 are going in for the plant. It's not going to be enough. As there is the Capitao watching that rotate. GQB teabag going out there. Very unfortunate situation. That would be a fantastic time to use your C4. Moving us over to round number 8. I'm kind of surprised by this. I honestly didn't think that this would kind of go about like this. I thought that Eternal, I thought they'd be doing a little bit better here in terms of kind of rounds won. Again, similar line it's been brought out. Habana, I want to see more use of the hard breach. I want to see that hard breach take center stage with a Thermite or a Habana and open up one of the main walls, and I want to see a coordinated push. The best way to describe this game so far would be everyone was kind of just pushing by themselves and they stumble into each other. I would definitely like to see a better kind of more coordinated push. Now I do actually want to highlight that rotate right there. If we can just have a look at that rotate please in between A and B. That specifically, I don't like that. That is a bad. The reason why in competitive play people don't use that that rotate right there is simply because as soon as somebody takes control, thank you. As soon as somebody takes control of 90 hallway, they then have direct line of sight into B. There's a reason why you reinforce that and put the rotate to the left of it. If you're holding inside of 90 hallway, and you can then hold that doorway, you can cut off the entire rotate in between A and B. You can literally control the entirety of that, because then they can't rotate from behind the bar into B, and vice versa. If you're going to make a rotate there, you either do it next to the wall, or you put it in the corner. Like on the upper corner next to the vault. But regardless, moving over to the next round, and Nomad holding the doorway, however, came off at the wrong time as QT Fury tries to pre-fire that, but is unable to secure kill as she pushed away at the last second. Slower start so far. Albi seems to be trying to fight off somebody over in Master, I think. I can't quite tell by that. As Valkyrie gets taken down. Over by Sai, and Gavo is able to secure kill there. Or actually, correction. Infinite Pair able to secure kill there. Night hallway still being contested right now by the Legion. Nomad potentially gonna get peeked out here. However, is not gonna be. As Day gets taken down. Fantastic work there by Tian. Yeah, now maintaining control of 90 hallway. Now she can basically drone that out, see that it's clear, and then push in if she'd like to. By trying to contest Master Bedroom as Ravity is stuck on that wall there. By rotating through, trying to catch somebody, potentially the Capitao on her right, close behind. Not going to be able to hear, however, it's not going to be needed as the Alibi runs past and gets sprayed in the back. Bandit now trying to... Yeah. Like, this is generally what I'd be worried about. In Bandit's situation, he's caught between a rock and a hard place in that he can't rotate because there might be somebody in red doorway, and there might be somebody over in there might be somebody over in Night Hawaii, and there is, as is being clearly pinged out. However, Ravity doesn't gear. A care in the world is able to take Nomad down. C4 going out by Ravity, unable to secure a kill, however. Now watching towards 90. Is that wait. I'm so confused by that. Was the bandit shooting her teammate or something? Anyway, Thinker getting a kill onto Fury. That is the Elysian. Down now. The Jaeger down. 1v4 situation. Definitely looking like this may be around 4 FastBan. And it does appear like it will be. That was a lot more of a coordinated push right there. I enjoyed that. I like how calm and collected they were about that. I like the fact that they took their time and they seem to be a bit more confident with that. Moving us over to match point now. And just kind of look at that spread over on FastBan. Courage, Heller, and Mystical all doing very well so far for their team. With these frags. And again, I'm curious about the Thinker. Like, it seems to be working out for them. It seems to be working out for them, and I like this. I generally don't play Thinker myself. I generally don't see Thinker played all that often. Swapping out from the Nomad over to the IQ. IQ is always a valuable operator. And specifically, the reason why she swapped from the Nomad to the IQ is potentially because of that that pulse. It's a very logical pick right there. Like, generally speaking, if I see an operator like an Echo or a pulse, I would bring, or I'd want to bring a pulse, I'd want to bring an IQ to try and counter that. Now, Ravity did technically win, and I'm doing this in air quotations. Did technically win that 6-pick phase, in that an IQ is not really necessary for this. In terms of, like, a Nomad's also just as good. Now, the reason why she likely picked the IQ is specifically to counter the pulse. Right? To try and hunt them down and clear them out. Instead of playing the pulse, she's now going to play a Capcan, which is a different role, and therefore she's going to be playing differently. So, that means the IQ will likely spend a little bit of time trying to find a pulse that's not even there. It's going to be very interesting to see how they're going to play that out. Kind of an interesting observation right there. So again, as per usual, looks like a heavy push coming in towards Master, or at least some presence, some former presence from that direction. I'd like to see these teams kind of joining them, their teammates in a little bit more, rather than joining themselves in. I think that might definitely benefit them a lot more. We are also seeing smoke played by FMG-SMG combo. It's not something you see very often. FMG-9, very strong weapon. However, SAS shotgun is always valuable, especially when you're trying to build a site in terms of setting rotates. Setting murder holes, all of those fun wee things that no one likes to think about. 1 minute 50 left on the clock. And again, looking for a fairly similar Astro / Master bedroom push. Legion playing inside of Astro, right at the top, behind the desk in the boxes. And we get our first Thinker boost of the round going out. Looks like we're probably going to see an attempted push here, potentially, in the next minute or two. One jumps in the window, however, smoke is covering that angle, unable to secure a kill. But Thinker is fairly low down. Able to refrag in turn, however. Has all of the adrenal surges and those frag grenades off the board now for FastBan. However, in retaliation, they do lose all of those smoke canisters. All of that plant denial has gone out of the window, so they will now have to rely on at least 2 nitro cells. Correction, 3 nitro cells even, because you've got the Capcan, the View, and the Valkyrie. Master bed will now open 45 seconds left. This is a strong position to be in for the attackers. However, Day definitely hold on to red stairs and takes down Mystical. Their top fragger is now down for the count. Roseller outside a master bedroom. 40 seconds left. They've got some of the wall open. They need to start pushing this. They need to start securing some area. Master bed's wall is open to a degree. They could definitely push that if they wanted to.
Bomb located by attackers.
I would imagine they could probably vault over it. Ravty holding close in the doorway as Day gets a kill onto Courage, leaving it in a 4v2. FastBan, they're going for a plant now. That plant's going to get called out relatively quickly, and Ravity is there. Day covering close behind. And is not looking good. Throws a flashbang, but gets taken out in return. Eternal picking up round number 9. And they are staying in this game. Look at that flashbang. She just threw a flashbang at her face. Moving us over to round number 10. Are still on match point. However, things are looking promising for Eternal. They are now on defense on Villa. And look at that. Day 10 kills, 6 deaths. And then compare that to Mystical, 9 kills, 3 assists, 5 deaths. I think both these teams have their fair share of gunners and... Oh boy. I do believe we see a Tachanka. Now, I do have to admit, I do have a particular fondness for Tachanka. Oh no, come on, play the Tachanka. Alright, no Tachanka, never mind, birthday's cancelled. Frost is being played out in return. I like Tachanka, alright, especially in Villa. Okay, I do just want to say this, okay. If you're gonna play Tachanka, you need to do it right, alright? You spawn peek, you choose a window, you spawn peek, and you hold that window until you get a kill, and then you leave and you get 2 more kills. Specifically for Tachanka, as a professional Tachanka player, I have played Tachanka in competitive play. I generally played, I actually remember playing it on Valor one time actually. I spawn peeked out of master bedroom window facing to the southeast, and then also played it in kitchen, where I got 2 kills. And no deaths. Which technically means I have a 2.0 KD with Tachanka in competitive play on Villa. Yeah. Fun fact. So still 3-6 right now. Definitely favouring FastBan. However, Eternal, they are showing signs of life. They are bringing it back. I'm curious to see what that Frost is going to be doing here with those welcome mats. And I want to see whether people are going to fall for them. I want to know whether the attackers are going to drone them out or whether they're going to run straight into them. Not a lot of roam play being brought out so far by Eternal. I mean, we've got all of the defenders, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 defenders on site at the minute. One of them slowly pushing off, but I definitely think with a map as large and as complex as Valor, you always benefit from roam game, simply because you're wasting their time, especially if you can do it without dying. The amount of damage that you can do in terms of time, utility management, etc. is insane. So currently see Capita inside of a dining room right now. Currently on her lonesome at the minute, trying to rotate around Marcella in Art Studio. I'm not quite sure how they are planning on attacking this, however, it doesn't really matter too much as the Little Devil takes down their Nomad. Mystical has been an incredibly influential player, however, Courage takes down Devil. Yeah, Mystical has been a very influential player in this game so far. It's not too much of a surprise to see her getting taken down, and you know, I think it's going to be interesting to see how Eternal are going to be able to play this now that she is off the board. 4v4. I would probably be favouring defenders right now. So we do have 2 out of 3 DX carros have been expended. Hella getting a little bit of damage there inside the bathroom. Not quite sure what she's going to be trying to do here. Gvozd is nearby. Not ADS. However, it doesn't really matter as there is somebody covering that doorway. Frag grenade going out as QT Fury takes her down. And the mute is downed. Day behind some form of cover, but is the Valkyrie going to try and pick her up? Infinite power. Half health herself. Is Valkyrie going to try and secure her teammate? Yes, she does. Gets her back up, 20 HP. and alive and kicking. 35 seconds remaining on the clock. Day immediately refrags Infinite Pair, giving her back for taking her down. Cutie Fury leaving it in a double kill now, leaving it all up to Rosella. 4v1 at this stage. Full health Thatcher, AR-33 can definitely do this. However, instead of focusing on the people, instead actually focuses on the welcome mat inside the building. As Ravity, I take back what I said about you playing Frost. All right. How about we see you play Tachanka next? That'd be fantastic. Thank you. Still on match point, but Eternal, they are bringing it back, and they are bringing it back in style. Day 11 kills, 5 assists, 6 deaths. This is incredibly impressive, and this is an incredibly enjoyable match to watch so far. Unfortunately, we're not seeing Tachanka this time. However, Little Devil taking the book, or taking a page out of Ravity's book, I guess. Here, I can't do sayings, I'm sorry. And playing the Frost instead was Ravity, swaps back over to the Legion. Quite a few trap operators now being brought out. We've got the Capcom, we've got the Frost, and we, of course, have the Legion. I always like Legion. Honestly, I think that Legion's been such a core part of defensive lineups for the past God knows how long. And it's not too much of a surprise. I mean, he's got fantastic usability and versatility. Being able to put those goo mines down on staircases, and here when, you know, and here when the attackers are pushing up or down the staircase, whether they are pushing into a certain area or clearing a certain area, and also on top the fact that, you know, obviously when you're good, you can't run, you can't sprint, you do take damage. Not a lot, but it's enough that it slows your push down. It essentially stops you from performing an execute. As well as also the plant denial to a lesser degree. You can't plant if you are good, and that's very important if it's a last second push, like last, you know, 10-15 seconds, and your main planter steps in a goo mine, so they can't actually plant, and they don't have time to drop the diffuser or give it to someone else. So again, nothing too surprising here with this attack. I have noticed that the attackers FastBan so far have been playing a little bit more togetherly. They've definitely been working a little bit more. Hopefully that's going to continue. Hopefully they're going to continue to kind of drone in for each other. Looks like Heller droned in through Study, presumably. Checked it out real quick. I wouldn't have recommended going on drone there simply because, hey, it'd be very easy for someone to go through that window that you're actually staring at right now and do a wee peeksy-outsy. Now, Heller jumping in now, clearing in through. They know Study's clear, they know close is clear. Probably going to want to set up a flank drone over by red staircase, or main staircase even. Mystical Tian, get a kill onto Ravity. So that's the Legion down. Talking about Legion. It's very important that the Legion stays alive for as long as possible so he can throw out as many goo mines as possible. Unfortunately, Gvorst able to refrag that. That is their sledge dead. 2 frag grenades now off the board, but they still have Heller's frag or grenades with Thinker. 4v4. And so far, Eternal have been doing very well. They've been doing very well for themselves. And hopefully that's going to continue here. Roseller outside of Laundry, potentially going to try and go in for that Laundry wall in a second. If somebody can cover that, I mean, she does have the Zofia there. Ideally, you kind of want to clear out that mute up top, and then as soon as mute's clear, or as soon as the top floor is clear, then go for that Laundry wall. Heller slowly pushing in, here on the person running about. Push back into bathroom. Choosing not to peek at the last second and going around. It's a lot of time wasted here on this one person, honestly. Default cam's still up. And it's down. As Day is able to get that initial kill onto the Zofia before the call out comes, and as a double kill. That is why you double peek everything, okay? You can't peek 2 places at one time. As Cutie Fury gets a headshot onto Heller. It is all up to Rosella now, doing the best that she can. Less than half health remaining. Knowing there's a person directly in front of us, she doesn't have a lot of time left. 14 seconds left. She's going to have to peek this. Valkyrie wins out. Imagine if the Capitao had pushed into bathroom. Imagine if the Capitao had pushed into bathroom at the same time as Zofia. Things might have been differently. Imagine if you had droned bathroom. Hey, imagine if you droned in for your teammates. That's a thought right there. Day 13 kills, 6 deaths. Pulling it back. I like this. I'm very proud of them. I've only been able to watch a couple of their games, and I am already so proud of Eternal's progress right now. Moving us to 5-6. One more round before we are on match, or we are on overtime. We are already on match point even. Legion being 6 picked out. Over to Jaeger. I think that it's always a good idea to put your main fragger and the person with the most kills onto a Jaeger. That's generally how they stay on top of kills. However, you know, I like Legion. Honestly, I would argue that I prefer Legion's gadget over the ADS, simply because it doesn't really appear like FastBan are using grenades. They have a total of 4 frag grenades, 2 with Sledge and then 2 with Thinker. However, to be frank, it doesn't appear like they're really using them. I believe the only person to actually have used frag grenades so far has been Hella. I don't believe Mystical has. Obviously, we've seen her play operators like Nomad previously, where she did use her gadget, or air jabs and stuff, but we haven't seen her so far use those frag grenades. So hopefully that's something that we can change. Definitely, if you're gonna bring frag grenades, use them. I think one of the biggest crimes you can ever do, playing an operator like a Buck, or a Sledge, or a Dokkaebi, or a Thinker, would be bring frag grenades and just don't use them. Right? It's like bringing a Claymore and you just don't set the Claymore up, you just have it. Like, if you have it in your inventory, if you have it with you, why don't you use it? See, Zofia's listening to me. So again, fairly typical push here, coming in, pushing in through study side, and it appears to be putting some pressure onto master bedroom. Mystical on fairly low health already. I'm not quite sure how she is fairly low, however, she does have 1 frag grenade. So I'm beginning to think, Mystical, did you grenade yourself? Please tell me I'm wrong. Please tell me you didn't grenade yourself. I'm not going to judge, because I've done worse. Oh, I've done far worse. But please tell me you didn't grenade yourself. Steady pressure coming in through master bedroom, as Mystical is slowly pushing in through study, through aviator, and potentially going to try and push and collapse on now. The reason why this position is very important is because we don't have anyone else inside of Night Hallway besides Jaeger, and Jaeger's in a perfect position to counter Sledge's push here. Especially if this doesn't get droned out. Now, Sledge did manage to avoid that EDD, however, call out would have been made. Jaeger heard that.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Jaeger's going to try and hold out in Night Hallway for as long as he can. As a Thinker boost comes out. Still very low health. Incredibly low health right now. And Mystical spots out the Jaeger. Oh no. Oh no, this is bad. I think the Jaeger might get the kill, however. Prepared for it first, and nails her down. Peeking again. However, there is no Capitao in sight. He is over and landing.
Attackers dropped the diffuser.
As Little Devil picks up a double kill with a second one onto Rosella, leaving it in 5v2. Again, this is what I'm talking about. Valor is so defend-decided at times, where the defenders have such an advantage due to the scope and scale of the map and the way that the map is actually set up. I want to see FastBan make this push. I want to see them create this execute. However, they're just spread out. They're so spread out. Zofia struggling to deal with the people on Astro stairs. Capitao's call out. Capitao's not going to get called out there by that shot, however. Defenders shouldn't push this. They should just hold the angle. And it looks like that's exactly what they didn't do, question mark? And a flawless round there by Eternal. Oh, they are hungry. They are hungry for this. Right now. See, like Jaeger. So, correct me if I'm wrong. The Jaeger had 2 kills, I believe, that round. All the while being on fairly low health. And yeah, look at that. Day 15. Go ahead, damn, we've got female Cantor Kitty here. on their team. Or actually, correction. I believe Day-Day's Russian. Okay, so let's go with joystick. It's like a female joystick or a female shepherd. Probably shepherd. I'd say she's closer to shepherd. And Gridlock coming out. I do love Gridlock. I love her gadget. I love the versatility of it. And we are now going back over. So I believe we are now on overtime. We are indeed. We've got one more round on the defense for Eternal. Hopefully they're going to make the most out of this and get into a better position for themselves. They've been doing incredibly well so far. Looks like Day-Day all tabbed out of the game, potentially. Maybe turning down her K-pop. I'm not gonna lie, okay, whenever I play like comp or scrimmage or anything, a lot of the time I have to admit I am listening to K-pop. It's like my hype music. I listen to K-pop, I listen to like BTS. It makes me feel good about myself when I am absolutely sucking at the game. So curious to see, I'm interested to know where they're going to be making this push. Looks like, are they going to go for Master? No, it doesn't look like it. And I know I keep harping on about this, but I really do want to see them work together as a team. I want to see them push together like a team. I want to see them do teamwork in a team game. As QT Fury takes down Heller, that is their Thinker dead. I Thinker, that was a bad idea to push that direction of the map. As a Claymore goes down by Mystical. I like this. Solid push. They're already in sight. Or, sorry, correction, they're already in the building. Not quite sight yet. And solid teamwork coming out by the Thatcher Thermite combo. Gets the first wall opened up and pushing over to open up inside of the lower vault downstairs. QT Fury already has one kill. And is still full health, so definitely potential to do more this game. It's curious to see that we don't have a Bandit being played. Bandit might be an interesting operator to bring out, simply for the ability to Bandit trick. However, QT Fury getting a kill onto Mystical. That's now the Thermite down. Thankfully, she was able to use all of her gadget, all of the extra Thermite charges, before she passed. And Rousseau stuck in the hallway trying to figure out what they want to do. Minute 30. Kind of slipping away from FastBan at this point. Looks like a pre-placed and sounds like a pre-placed Nitro Cell by Day-Day. Not quite sure where, as she catches the Ying, but the Ying catches her back. Low health, but still kicking right now. 3v3. Minute 10 left on the clock. They do need to look at the site. They need to start figuring out what they want to do here as Rousseau's getting shot in the back and Impact Grenade takes her down. Pokeball to the backside as QT Fury rotates through full health entirely. Infinite fairly low health herself, however, she is taking full charge here as Gridlock's setting back, trying to figure out what she wants to do here. Still got two track singers, still got two smoke grenades to use. There's a lot of versatility, a lot of gadget and a lot of utility left remaining for her, but she's choosing not to use it just yet. As they say that, she throws another one. QT Fury taken down by Infinite Power, 2v2. And we do hear that Nitro Cell. We don't need to worry about that. However, Little Devil gets a kill at Infinite, leaving it a 2v1 now. And Courage is kind of lacking courage at the minute. She's just kind of hanging back, trying to figure out what she wants to do here. Prefire coming in through the doorway. Pokeball misses. Second one misses as Ravity peeks across. Throwing out all the goo mines for all the good they will do. And Courage needs to push this, but is she going to be able to? Goo mine number 1. Goo mine doesn't go off because she doesn't stand it. Doesn't matter. Gravity picks her out and takes her head off. Ooh. I love the optimism of that C4. Just stuck in the wall, stuck in the wall and the door there. Just like, yo, I'm here, don't shoot me. I love that. So we are now overtime match point. Eternal, they are looking good. They are pulling it back. Look at the Little Devil. Look at Day-Day. This is going really well in their favour. And they are now going to have to attack. Which... let's see what they do. Let's see how they do. I'm definitely hopeful that they might be able to pick up this first match. I think that'd be a fantastic... I think that'd be a fantastic reverse sweep for them. They struggled a little bit during the first game. However, they pulled it back in the second one. I want to see that happen. FastBan, on the other hand, you know, we saw them do very well on defense. They won the majority of their rounds on defense. Hopefully, they will be able to pull that back and kind of do it again, so to speak.
Bomb located by attackers.
So yeah, nothing really of note here with this setup. I do like the fact they've kind of changed up. And it appears they listen to my fantastic advice of please don't put the rotate on the left side. I'm very proud of that. Yeah, nothing too much of a surprise going out so far. Now, I'm hoping that Gravity's not going to do the Habana pellets again by herself. To be honest, I kind of hope that she doesn't do that. I got a little bit concerned by the utility and the gadget use and when they last attacked here. In terms of, it was very easy for someone to just kind of peek out and get the X-Carriers. However, not really going to matter too much as Little Devil gets killed into Hella. Very low health herself. However, that is a good entry kill right there. One of their best fraggers goes down. Little Devil, to be fair, she is one of their better fraggers as well, but she does have that withstand if she gets damaged just a little bit more. Potentially somebody is going to try and down her. As Courage gets off, or Courage manages to take off Kavod. That's the Sledge dead with 2 frag grenades presumably, since we didn't hear any. And Little Devil following suit close behind with requires courage.
A bomb has been located.
I do like the optimism so far being played out here by FastBan. They're taking their time. Mystical unfortunately getting killed off there. That is the dock, which means she was unfortunately able to use the last 2 of her stims. However, you know, at the end of the day, she was able to stem up Courage, and Courage was able to get a kill. And I think that kind of pays for itself. Fury on Red Staircase trying to push up as best as she can. Gooman going off. Not quite sure on who. However, control of Study. Definitely in control of Eternal right now. X-Carus now going off on the main wall. That's going to push people away from the bar. This is looking a lot better for Eternal. Courage going for the same rotate. Now, I want to know whether they've got flank drone there. Day now hearing the rotate through red. Or sorry, correction, through main. This is the same push that Courage keeps doing. Somebody has to be aware of this, and needs to be a flank drone set for that. Presumably there is. Day holding the angle, waiting for someone to peek off it. Oh no, Courage gets a triple kill there. As Day goes down to a headshot. It's not looking good right now. 20 seconds remaining. Gooman pulled out, however. QT Fury needs to go for the plant. They do have diffuser, but she pushes into Volt with the diffuser. Sidearm out. And Courage rotates back through red. Last second pre-fire through that doorway. And takes her down. Okay. Overtime match point. We're pulling it back. 7-7. Day 15 kills. Little Devil 12 kills. Ravity 10. Look at that. Look at how that compares over to Mystical, Heller, and Co. I mean, that's doing really well so far. Both teams are doing incredibly well, and this is down to the wire at this stage. Absolutely down to the wire. Yeah. Hopefully it's going to work out in their favour. And I think we'll see what happens here. Hopefully, I imagine Eternal back in defense now. As we've seen, I'm pretty sure each team has won almost all of their defense rounds. I'm pretty sure most teams have won most of their defense rounds. I think that kind of speaks for itself. And I think that hopefully we're going to now see that kind of play out as we move over to the last round of this game. I'm just going to update this.
10 seconds to insertion.
Oh.
5 seconds left before insertion.
Fantastic. So I'm not too sure what to expect out of this. We are seeing the Frost coming out again. Last time we saw the Frost, I did question it a little bit. I did question why they didn't bring out the Lord, but you know what? All I'm gonna say is crack on, do it, make us proud. I think we've always been pleasantly surprised by that, and Little Devil doing very well so far this game. As is everybody involved. Eternal doing so well here, and I'm incredibly proud of them. However, Ravity getting taken down, very early pick there by the Nomad into bathroom. Not all that often that you see people repel on that window, to be frank. As Little Devil does refrag with Hella. If you're gonna lose a player like Ravity, then at least they do manage to take out Hella. A fantastic player and one of their key fraggers. It's a very important pick right there. Not only do they lose the frag grenades, they lose the adrenal surges, but they also lose a fantastic gunner. Frost trying to contest the master bedroom for as long as possible. Doesn't really look like there's too much of a heavy presence over there. I think only 1 or 2 people stacked outside. As the Nomad putting out her air jabs now. Again, this is what I kind of dislike, is that we see each of the attackers kind of droning in for themselves. There's not a lot of teamwork going into this. Pre-fire coming out by the Valkyrie, but she runs short as she runs out of ammunition. Unable to secure a kill, however. As, yeah, she dies. That's all you can really say about that. So Capitao pushing up through red stairs. Mystical Tian taking some fire from Day and unfortunately dies in the process. Both teams have lost significant numbers of players. FastBan not looking too good right now. They've got 2 players left standing, Grisella and Courage. However, on the other hand, Eternal, Daisy's fairly low health. Daisy is fairly low health. She has no way of getting more health. They don't have a dock. Thatcher and Capitao both fairly far away from each other right now. Grisella does have diffuser. Gonna jump down. Just get rid of that just get rid of that welcome mat even. It kind of worries me how far away they are from each other. Hopefully they're gonna link back up in a second or two. They do need to collapse site. Spawn out the Capcan, but it's too late. Unable to really do anything other than that. It's all up to Courage now. Fairly low health. She needs to push this. She needs to play aggressive. She downs 1. Gotta go for the secure, but that's a... Oof. Eternal. Little Devil able to secure that kill when Capitao peeks out to try and get greedy with a kill. And that is a hard-fought victory right there. But Eternal brought it back from the brink right there. With Day getting that MVP. Look at that. The teamwork and coordination that went into that, specifically those defensive rounds. Look how much they fought for that. A couple of games previously, so we were able to watch Eternal play against Endpoint. We are now moving over to our next map here, as we've mentioned. It is going to be Clubhouse. Very interesting map, bit more of a defender-sided as with Villa. Also a bit of a technically challenging map, which is why I'm very interested to see these operator bans.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking we're probably going to see a Maverick ban. I'm very... Yeah. I always like to see a Maverick ban.
We should see a Maverick ban and potentially a Mira ban.
Yeah,
because
I would definitely...
Yeah, Mira's definitely one of those comfort bans though, isn't she?
I mean, a lot of teams generally don't scrim with Mira anymore, simply due to the fact that majority of the time it will get banned out. Same concept for Echo.
Yeah.
Maestro's a bit of a different one. You still see people practicing with Maestro simply because there's a much higher likelihood that he will escape the ban phase. So Thatcher ban, not too much of a surprise. We do see that fairly frequently. Is a very good way to target hard breaching without a thermite ban. Specifically because if you ban out the Thatcher, it still allows play with a Maverick or a, for example, a Habana.
Yeah.
On the other hand, like if you ban out a thermite, there's still ways to work around it. So it's in more ways than one. It's a lot easier to play with or work with a Thatcher ban than it is a thermite ban.
Obviously, we are going to see that Echo being banned, obviously eliminating some vital information and some plant denial.
Yeah, I mean, we've got the Bandit already banned out. I mean, that's not too much of a surprise.
It's not too much of a surprise, but it might be a bit of a disadvantage because they can use that Kaid and that Maverick won't be able to get the Kaid potentially. Because, as you know, they've extended the range of the Kaid Electroclaw so he can cover more than 2 walls now. And you know, he can place it anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, exactly as you've just said there. Now, one thing of note here, they are going gym bedroom again. We did see that being played out previously. I wonder, I do believe that I may need to, give me 1 second. I may unfortunately need to do this for 1 second. As it appears, you seem to be a little bit ahead of me. You were calling out things that I quite frankly hadn't even seen before.
Wait, I'm a bit ahead.
You were ahead. Yeah, like I was still on the Echo ban. I was still on the Bandit, and I'm like, all right, so you're.
Wait, what? The Echo ban?
I was looking at it, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure I'm drinking water right now. So moving over to our first round, not too much of a surprise, we are seeing them over in gym bedroom again. They definitely favoured it during the Endpoint game. Hopefully we're going to see a bit more aggression and a bit more teamwork and cohesion compared to the first game where they played it.
Attackers must locate and defuse a
We are going to
bomb.
be seeing that Maverick being played. Obviously, isn't as useful for gym bedroom, but still is going to be kind of useful.
Yeah, I mean, definitely having that there adds more versatility to an attack. It allows you to do so much more over, given time.
Definitely. We are going to be seeing that Valk playing top of garage up on the rafters. Doesn't seem like they're going to make a push in. I think that Zofia will be breaching in that CCTV wall, potentially.
Attackers
You
dropped
don't
the
know.
diffuser.
You love to see
Attackers
it.
recovered the
But is it
diffuser.
going to happen? Is it?
So one thing I do need to mention here, and it's something that I think a lot of teams have struggled with, so speaking of struggling with, a lot of teams tend to struggle with drone work. Specifically the fact that they don't seem to really drone in for each other, mostly for themselves. And I definitely think that's something that these teams need to work with. Speaking of working with, we're seeing the tried and tested method of opening up a wall with a Maverick. You open up the top, you do an entire line at the top, make an entire line at the bottom, and boom. The wall. Exactly, it's magic. It's magical.
It is a very magical process, then that allows the soft breacher to fully breach that wall.
Have you ever realised that Maverick's blowtorch is essentially like Gandalf's staff in Lord of the Rings? Yeah. Initial kill going over to Heller. She was able to take down the Doc, Little Devil, one of the main fraggers on Eternal's team. That's a good early pick right there. 1 minute 20 left on the clock now. How you feeling about this?
I don't know, we could, well, 1 minute 14 seconds left on that clock now. You're going to want to get a push in fairly soon because that is one of the pitfalls of many teams in many competitions, is that they don't manage to push in and they leave it very last second to like 20 seconds, 30 seconds, and that often causes some panic and can lead to them losing the round on the attack side. As an attacker, you want to be confident, and we are going to see Dida take it out.
A bomb has been located.
Nothing.
Why do people have such weird
Now,
names?
I do just need to mention to anybody joining in, we did unfortunately have 2 substitutions, I believe. And we are not familiar with the name, so I believe her name is Naring.
Naring?
Gravity unfortunately gets taken down again. Double kill going out for Hella now. And Infinite Power evens the score a little bit more. 4v2 right now. 20 seconds remaining. Data? I can't even remember now. Data has the diffuser. She does have that, and she takes down Heller. She gets a double kill there inside of Cash. Legion just needs to hold time and play slow. They have sight, but they don't have diffuser. All Legion needs to do is hide. They do not have time. They don't have time.
Yep, they unfortunately, as I said, they did leave it a bit too late there. And obviously the panic did set in, leading for them to lose that round.
Last second frag there by the Legion, securing that win simply because she held her position for as long as she could, and then the moment that somebody pushed her, she had to kill it. She couldn't hide any longer. She got the frag out, and it's a fantastic action right there by Eternal. I'm very proud of that. So we are now seeing an interesting lineup on defense. A lot of trap operators again being brought out. We did see them. They did favor, such as the Frost, the Capcan, the Legion. We're seeing a similar lineup being brought out.
We're going to see that Kaid, obviously, to deny that hatch breach ability, but we aren't going to see any hard breachers on the side of
FastBan. It's fairly interesting to note that, actually, as you've mentioned that, like, look at Eternal's lineup right there. You've got the Kaid for the electrical, but then you also have the Legion with the impact grenades. I would believe that the Capcan will probably have, like, we've seen. Can we actually have a look at Capcan and see whether they have a Nitro Cell or the grenade? I'd imagine they probably should have the Nitro Cell, however we have seen them previously. Yeah, again. So you've got at least one set of impact grenades, so you can impact trick if you wanted to at a push. However, that's not necessary, because as you've mentioned, they only really have the Maverick.
They don't even, wait, oh yeah, they do have the Maverick.
They've got the Maverick, they don't have Habana, so you don't need to worry about Habana opening up multiple hatches. You don't really need to worry about a Thermite. And even then, like, you can generally just leave that right there, and I doubt a Maverick's going to try and open that, because that's going to take a lot of damage, and it's going to be a pain more than anything. So they're probably just going to try and find an alternative route. Now, FastBan's lineup, as you kind of mentioned there, a fairly strong lineup. I mean, you've got the IQ, you've got the Zofia, you've got the Maverick, a lot of 3 speeds, a lot of 2 speeds. Thinker, not too much of a surprise. Thinker and Zofia have been a staple, as well as that Sledge. Staple a lineup for FastBan.
Sometimes, you know what you just need to do? You just need to say, I'm going for it, Thinker boost, rush this site and get an ace.
You know, I keep saying that, and, you know, for the past, like, 2 games, they haven't Thinker rushed. Yeah. Yeah, funny fact that they haven't actually Thinker rushed with the Thinker. They've played very slow and played very passive with it to a degree, and that they use it mostly for the 6P41, the LMG, for the Adrenal Burst, and also for the frag grenades.
We're gonna see Maverick opening up that dirt tunnel, seeing if he can get it soft. It does seem like part of the wall is soft.
So I gotta admit, whenever I hear the Maverick torch, it just makes me hungry, and I don't know why.
No, it's not soft. I don't know.
I don't know, it just makes me really hungry.
Anyway, opening up onto Hella. My goodness.
Data getting a nice entry kill onto that Thinker, as we were just talking about it. That is 2 frag grenades off the board now, and she's still full health. She's able to rotate back and hold the red stairs. That's a really strong position to be holding right now. Maverick does have the diffuser. 1:20 left on the clock. C4 going out. However, not going to damage anybody. As Fury.
Oh wait, no, that's fine.
That's fine.
Keep on.
No, you first.
But anyway, there was a first C4 that did get taken out. We are going to see Nearing taking out Ravity, bringing it to a 3v4. We did see that, oh my goodness, G-Vods taking out Nearing, denying any further fragging potential. A minute left in the clock. It is a 4v2. Sledge is half health as it seems at the moment, and that Maverick is still full health.
Yeah, I mean, definite advantage going towards Eternal right now. I mean, a couple of other players are fairly low health, but they do still have sight. 45 seconds left. Maverick's trying to have to rotate down through the staircase. Frag grenade going out, potentially trying to clear out any more goo mines. Bit of a waste of utility there as a Maverick gets taken down. And that is a round 1 for Eternal. Fantastic play right there. Fantastic work and teamwork.
Yeah. 2-0 for Eternal as it seems right now, obviously. FastBan are going to want to get 2 rounds on attack at least to have a very great chance on defense.
Yeah, I mean, just look at that little devil doing work right now, but so is Day. Not too much of a surprise we've seen them pop off. We've generally seen a couple of people on both teams popping off throughout the day so far. Lion being brought out by Rosella. I think it's getting to that stage there, thinking, hey, geez, we need to pick it up. We need a special something to get our game going, and that may just be that Lion EE one day.
Yeah, maybe. We aren't going to be seeing any 6 picks, which is saddening. I like to see a 6 pick. I love a good 6 pick.
Yeah, it's always quite interesting. Adds a bit more spice, alright? Adds more variety to your life. Now, it is important to mention that we are playing Cash CCTV. Bandit is banned out, so we aren't going to be able to play with that. However,
I mean, that could be an advantage, because
we do have the Kaid.
Yeah, the Kaid can literally skip over the Maverick. So, you know, maybe the Kaid ban would have been more suitable there rather than the Bandit ban, because you can counter the Bandit ban with that Maverick. So all you need to do is make a line across the bottom,
That's very true.
repelled, and then they're looking for some feetsies.
5 seconds to insertion.
That is very true. How are you feeling about this defensive lineup? How are you feeling about it?
I mean, it's pretty standard, you know, with the Mira. I don't really see Mira being played. I usually see Mira banned out on Clubhouse. But fair enough, you know, could have a strong red stairs hold on the Mira. Obviously, yeah, we're going to see that Kaid. Wait, do they have a Mira on the red stairs?
I'm not quite sure.
Kinda looks like it. Yeah, they do. Yeah, obviously they can have someone holding those red stairs into the construction site with the Mira. And have someone playing the top of red stairs to give that Mira the cover, which will be Kaid. Doesn't seem like we have anyone in garage unless that Valky's there. Daida is going to be playing in that bedroom. And is she going to get droned out? No, the drone passes her! That's a yikes, Chief, but that's okay. Rather, he is going to be playing top of garage.
So I do like this lineup so far, and I like how they're playing this so far. It's a lot more passive in terms of the attackers. They haven't lost anyone to an initial entry frag, as you've just mentioned. Drone barely missing Daida.
That's the second time that's happened.
Oh no, and this is the price you pay if you do not drone out. Daida getting a kill onto the Capital. Line E1D charge going out, but it's not going to be enough. Prefire coming into Daida. However, it's not going to hit her. She's behind solid cover. And looks like Gridlock's going to have to try and peek that, but it's not going to work out in her favour, taking their time. But that doesn't work. You can't wait out an attack, or you can't wait out a defender, because they rely on having the time.
Yeah.
The time needs to run out.
They also rely on you coming to them, which gives them the advantage, because they have the playing ground that you so need. Does seem Gridlock is going to make her way in. Is Daida going to get the second kill? Oh, it's a bit of a lengthy engagement. They are both damaged. You could literally sneeze on each other at this point and you'd both die. And the Gridlock is going to take out Daida, bring to a 4v4 situation. Is going to come out heavily scathed, though. Is Amira going to manage to get that Gridlock potentially?
Look at how much time and effort that mute was able to waste, and for the attackers. Right.
I think is going to take out Mira, though. It is a 4v3. It's looking like he's going in the attacker's favor right now, but they do have 35 seconds left. They're going to have to make a push soon, or they're going to be panicking.
Heavy stack up inside of construction. They're going to have to make that push straight onto A. Frag grenade's going out. Hopper out. The Gridlock, however. Jaeger goes down. He gets his second kill. Correction, Heller is doing a lot of work right now. However, Gazor is the last player standing. She does have that C4. Could throw it. However, she's fragging out with the MP5X, or MPX, whatever you want to call it.
Nomad is going to flank round. And that Binka is going to catch her off guard. Hela finishing it off with a 4K there.
I can't even do words. This is going so fast. It's incredible performance there. Like, first off, fantastic work for Eternal in delaying for as long as they did. Specifically, Daida. Delaying as much time as she did over in Master.
We can do some analytics here. As I thought, yeah, Hela's got the 6 kills. Hela, top fragging. And we got Daida top fragging on the side of Eternal.
Yeah. Now, I just want to say for anyone in chat, from my brief analytical insight here, it would appear that if you kill Hela, you win the round. Yep. Some keen analytical insight right there. If you kill a top fragger, you win. Now, that isn't very reflective of competitive as a whole, but simply for this specific game.
Specifically, this game.
No, crack on. Now, yeah, I like the look of this defense so far. I think that Eternal should be winning this. In terms of this specific round, I feel like they should be confident enough in this specific bomb site because they have played it enough times. They have played here enough times. They should know how they want to defend it at this point and what alternatives they can be using here. We've seen it previously. FastBan, they don't really do roam clearance. I kind of get the impression they. Oh, that hurts my OCD brain. Oh, that hurts me. Vigil, that hurts me so much. You have no idea how much. Okay, full disclosure, whenever I like impact a wall or like a melee hole, you know, to allow the sound to propagate through, I do that and I do it in a pattern, and she has just kind of swung her rifle at the wall, and I'm like, please. So generally speaking, the reason why you do the holes in the wall is to allow the sound to propagate through more clearly, so that way you are able to either bandit or Kaya trick a lot more efficiently, because the sound is louder. Instead of it going through 2 walls, it's only going through 1 wall, the reinforced wall. Very important if you are doing anything on like a CCTV wall or something. Naren getting a kill onto Gvoz. That is Valkyrie down. Nice entry kill by the Zofia.
Yep, that 5v4 now. Vigil is going to be making his way upstairs. And is he going to get nearing? And yes, he does, but is he going to get a line in that bathroom?
Lion inside the bathroom. She is not quite aware of that as Vigil runs past. Raseller, what are you doing? What?
They've got diffuser control now. This is not very good.
This is an unfortunate situation right now for FastBan. Slowly, rapidly, running out of their control. Daida getting another kill. With a headshot with that mute, honestly, she's just terrifying with that MP5K. Courage trying to do her very best to spray into the room, see if she can get a lucky headshot, but it's not working out in her favour. Ravity on the box. Would have heard that as she's downed.
I wonder what's going to happen. Is Daida going to manage to get the frag onto the gridlock?
Being frank about it, it's a lot smarter for Daida to just hold the angle. I wouldn't want to try and revive a teammate in that. Like, focus on the kill, there's only 1 or 2 left.
Courage. Finishing off Ravity and Hela taking out Little Devil. Right to 2v2. Hela is going to be making her way up those main stairs. This is a rough situation to be in. Hela now going in for that plant. KT Fury, can she hear that? But pulls off the plant. Oh, I'm screaming. Right. Take her, yeah, and the plant is going to get denied. The 1v2 now. Last alive is Courage.
40 seconds remaining out in the balcony as well. She has a lot to work with, but not a lot of time left. 40 seconds. She has to make this push. She has to get a kill onto Daida, or she has to rotate towards Diffuser. One or the other. She has to make this decision. Do I take the fight now in construction and cash, or do I push with Diffuser? Looks like she's trying to bait out as much time as she can, trying to find Daida, but that's not the right move. It's not going to work out. 15 seconds remaining. She's going to have to jump in. Free fire, spraying and praying. She doesn't have diffuser. 10 seconds remaining. Going to have to run directly into a room. They know that you're there because you're spraying at them. That's not going to work out. As Daida whiffs her shots but finally gets the kill onto Courage. That's a gridlock down. Oof. Sounds interesting.
Fair enough. Yeah. Obviously, they're leaving it too late. They are leaving it too late on the case of FastBan. They are going to need to make quicker pushes if they're going to want to win more rounds.
So Tunnel doing very well, and specifically the fact that they've started to create more crossfires with each other. I'm very happy with that. I like the way that they are beginning to adapt. Ravity and a Pulse. And interesting to see whether they're going to 6-pick that. I hope they're not. And unfortunately...
my stream seems to be buffering.
Yes, unfortunately for us. I do hope that the game hasn't crashed. No, it hasn't. Fantastic. That's good to see. I was scared about that. And it does indeed look like Ravity is 6-pick. Bit of an interesting one. You could definitely play with that you can definitely play with the pulse.
Yeah.
Having that pulse on the board, especially when you're downstage, you can go play it in an area that's colloquially known, I can't do words, but anyway, it's known as the pulse spot. Alright, it's down in the northwest corner of B, over by the lockers. A lot of people like to sit there specifically when you're on a pulse, because that way you are able to pulse the main
Cannon,
staircase.
kitchen, yeah.
Yeah, staircase and kitchen.
Yeah. And potentially get some cheeky C4 kills from below, and we love to see cheeky C4 kills from below.
Located a bomb.
Yeah, I mean, it's not too much of a surprise. I mean, it's a bit of a shame that she is playing the Kapkan. Kapkan's always a very valuable operator. Very viable as well, considering the style of drone work being implemented by both teams. There's a reason why the Kapkans are so effective today, and it's mostly because people aren't really droning very well for each other, which then leads them to panic and run through doorways that has an EDD on it, so they blow up. Compare this to another team who may be a little bit more calm and collected, who likely wouldn't suffer from as many Kapkans, simply due to the fact that they drone it out and they spot it and then they shoot it before they run in.
Yeah.
Heller actually looking down while she ran through that. I'm proud of that. She's learning.
Does seem they've left Blue Hatch soft.
Could have been a mistake, or potentially they didn't have any reinforcements left. It's gonna be curious to see which one it is. Thank you, Foist. Already celebrating their victory a little bit prematurely. Oh, what are you doing? Can you not do that? I hate that.
Well, you back at the wall.
No, they're meleeing it. It's not
yeah.
a pattern.
It's okay, Fraser. It's okay. I'm here.
So I am
It's okay.
kind of
Just
disappointed by the
shotgunning it.
lack of presence inside of blue by the defenders. I definitely think that's something you want to try and hold on to for as long as possible, especially holding on behind plant, also known as like the big machine in the center of blue.
And we are gonna see a cheeky C4 kill coming in from Fury. My goodness, little devil taking out Naring as well, brings a 5v2, 5v3. I mean, my goodness.
I love
I think it's gonna be at the bottom of the stairs, and it's gonna take out that Legion. I'm gonna get immediately refragged by Data. This is not looking good right now for FastBan. It's a 4v2, they have a minute left. They are gonna want to push, so they don't need to panic as much. Oh, Fraser, thoughts on that?
I think that your levels of precognition are insane. Because you saw that like 4 seconds like before we did. That was fantastic work overall by Eternal. The teamwork and coordination that must have gone into that C4 was brilliant.
Courage is going to get the double. That's all I'm going to say.
Attackers have recovered their diffuser.
Yeah, I mean, 40 seconds left on the clock. Courage, she's got to try and make a move here. It looks like they're probably going to try and go for a B plant. Presumably that's their best option available. Nomad on the other side, she does have diffuser. They need to make this pinch. They need to collapse onto site. Last 2 defenders are on A. 15 seconds left. She's got to make a push and choosing instead to go towards motor, and that's not going to work out for her. She's going to get taken down. 8 seconds left. Courage trying to do her best, but there's not much else she can do in that situation other than try and frag her out, and the defender, Fury, will take her down.
Fraser, I'm ahead of you again.
I know, I said that. So I need to... Yes. Rain number 6. Not too much of a surprise so far. Look at that. Heller doing a very well. One of the things I always like to see in things like this, Heller has more kills than the rest of her team combined, but at the same time, look at teams like Eternal. Look at how many kills they have together. It's a lot more balanced.
The thing about that as well is it's not all about the kills at the end of the day, it's about teamwork.
Exactly. And I think that's one of the things that a lot of these teams are seeming to struggle with a little bit is the teamwork. It's something as simple as giving the callouts that a room is clear if you've already droned it.
Bar? Huh.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
That's not cash money. I don't like that. I don't like the birth play. If they can pull it out. if they can
I'm
pull it out.
I'm trying to think of something smart and intellectual and analytical that I can say to this, but honestly, all I can really think of is, hey, let's see how it goes. So this is going to be this. I can actually say this. This is the first bar stop that I've ever had the opportunity to cast, because I've never seen a team go here on a casted game. So I'm very much looking forward to this. Getting some impact grenades going in between both sites. Not too much of a surprise. Going to try and open that up, make it one big bomb site.
Let's talk about this. Hela has finally switched off of that thinker. She's now playing a thermite.
Playing a thermite. I mean, thermite's very valuable operator, specifically for that hard breach. I kind of like this. I think that it's going to be interesting. Potentially they're going to go for an upstairs take. Or potentially they're just going to try and push for one particular bomb site. I mean, I would definitely favour taking top 4, roam, clearing it as best you can. They already have at least 2 roamers. You've got the vigil. You'll likely have like the alibi somewhere adjacent to site.
Yeah, in Little Devil, it's going to be opening it up onto infinite power with that first frag. 2 minutes, 18 seconds left on the clock. Such an early hit. You don't want to be seeing them. Rabbit, he will be playing in lounge, as it seems, at the moment.
So I do unfortunately need to do this. Keep talking this time.
Oh yeah. Anyway, what was I gonna say? Fury is gonna be playing in those toilets. Is she gonna manage to get that thermite? Or is the thermite gonna take it Fury? You never know what's gonna happen in this game.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of curious about this. It's a strong push so far. I mean, it's not necessarily been working. Oh no, K Fury!
No.
This is why you check your core as you drone it. Like, honestly, face checking just isn't really going to work out. Here, Naring, able to even the score just a little bit. Little Devil going down.
Yeah.
As
Doesn't
Reseller.
like they do have the pill control. Yeah, they do have pill control.
If they wanted to, they could probably try and sneak a plan. Naring covering the bar and the toilets. However, Gizvod isn't really going to get fooled by that. Rosell goes down, as does the diffuser. 3v2 right now. As the attackers, I feel like they don't really know how they want to attack this.
I know, it's just like they do have 49 seconds left on the clock. You're gonna get into that state of panic potentially, which is not a good thing to be in. That Sophia is gonna be opening up a little hole into behind the bar, but it doesn't quite pay off, and as she does take out Ravity, but Dida taking out Courage, leaving it to a 2v1. And Dida is going to finish it off onto Nearing.
Yeah, I do think it's important to mention there that some parts of that bar is actually indestructible. So the section she was shooting at, you cannot penetrate. Very unfortunate for her, and very fortunate for the Zofia right there. Unfortunately unable to secure any meaningful outcome for her team, pushing us ever closer to that match point.
Yeah.
Now, we are swapping over onto the defense for FastBan. It's going to be curious to see what they're going to bring out here. Standardized lineup, again, as per usual with Eternal. They've got the Thermite, the Sledge, Twitch, Zofir, and the IQ. Is the Twitch going to get 6-picked? We haven't really seen Twitch being played all that much by Ravity. No, it looks like she's probably going to stick in it. I like this.
I haven't seen much Twitch in this game so far, like in the previous round of that.
I've got to admit, I'm kind of disappointed by that, simply because I am a Twitch main and I love her so much. I love the F2, and the fact that nobody is playing her, and I'm like, please. So I like this.
My beloved French girl.
I love the F2. I'm not gonna lie, I prefer the F2 over the Twitch. Like, I don't care about Twitch as an operator. I care about I care about the F2. I care about the F2, the ACOG, and the foreground.
Well, judging by how they're adding weapons to defense now, they're adding ARs. Maybe we'll see a defender with an F2 one
Hey,
day.
you know, I actually do have something that I need to admit here. And that's that every so often I'll play a rank game. And I was playing a rank game, it was with the Penta Divina Victoria girls, I think it was last week. And somebody picked Twitch.
Yeah.
So I ended up playing a recruit with an F2. Iron sights with no foregrip. Just so I could play with the F2. But anyway, that's an entirely different story. Strong coordinated push coming out here so far by... Oh, that's pixelated. Oh, that's no bueno.
No bueno.
Oh, we need to change that. We're having all of the technical problems today. Fantastic. Crisp 360p content, ladies and gentlemen. Let's restart that and get some actual proper quality. I am so sorry. Just don't forget, if you are interested in quality content, you can just go check over Courage as she gets a nasty kill onto Devil. Fantastic play there. That's his off-year down. And puts them into an advantage. 2 minutes left in the round. Potentially going to get another kill. However, it's not going to be as Dida gets her head on a spike. Leaving it now in a 4v4.
There is 1 minute and 48 seconds left on the clock. It does seem that Eternal are making faster pushes into other places other than site. Like they've got 1 minute 30 in the clock in their in top floor of the building. You're gonna see VODs pulling out Elysian goo.
I do have to admit, I love the aggressive plays here, and I am so happy that Eternal, they are bringing it back with that aggressive style. Fast drone coming in, hot drone coming in, as that wall gets opened up. Heller gets spotted out by the drone, and someone right by the doorway, gonna try and peek out that as soon as they can. However, IQ unable to secure a kill. No, she manages it! Fantastic shots by Fury, and a quick refrag by Nari. A second refrag by Nari. This is not a good situation to be in. However, Fury is at least able to take her down. Stop the madness. 2v2 right now. However, Fury very low health right now. Ravsy's got a lot of work ahead of her. 50 seconds remaining. And Infinite Empire does have one of those Twitch drones. It is important to mention that. So,
he could play he could potentially kill that.
Oh, that's gotta be a feels bad, man, right? If you ever get killed by a Mozzie Twitch drone.
That would have been the most hilarious thing ever. Not good.
So we do have 30 seconds left on the clock. Gravity, a lot of work ahead of her, as we've just mentioned. That Infinite Power trying to get that drone back onto site, try and cover and get some intel. Fury trying to peek out there, potentially going to run into that Kaid. I would definitely favour the Kaid in this situation. However, Fury able to avoid that Raf right now. He's got to make a push here. One on red stairs, and able to secure a kill, however. Reloading, 8 seconds left. He's got to push site. Rushing in right behind, gets a melee kill as Fury goes for the plan. And gonna have to go for that frag as Mozzie flanks around, but is taken down from behind. Fantastic work there by Ravity. Not only did she run into sight, but she also got a frag onto Mozzie.
The last minute, please. The last few seconds. My goodness. That's the difference between Eternal and FastBan, is that Eternal takes the play.
I'm just so impressed with that quality and that pure aggression that you're running into. This is what happens when you're a Twitch main, ladies and gentlemen. You run into site and you murder them, alright, and you get the round. There's a reason why Eternal are match point right now.
All I'm gonna say is she may have had an ammo reduction, but it works. You know what? It doesn't matter. The gun's still strong at the end of the day. Still gonna manage to take everyone out with those 25 bullets.
Imagine the confidence and bravado right now from Eternal. They are looking at this. They are hungry. They want this. They want to win this. They are 1 round away from securing their place.
The thing is about it is obviously they had such an amazing attack round there. They had such a confident round. It's definitely going to put a dent in the confidence of FastBan, because they're going to have, because they know they're confident with their pushes. They know that they're going to do it. Even the last second plays. You got that Twitch running in, knifing that Kaid, and getting that Mozzie.
Now, I do have to admit, when the Twitch ran in like that, I got the distinct impression she didn't actually know that the Kaid was there. Which kind of hints to me the simple fact that she ran in there without being ADS, without paying any attention to that, and it just so happened that there was Kaid there. That screams to me she didn't have intel. She didn't have information that there's a person right there, which again comes down to miscommunication. And it's something that I think both teams want to work with. It's not a criticism that they're bad or anything. For the record, it's never a criticism that they're bad. It's simply another avenue that you can improve on. And that's something that anyone needs to take away from competitive play. You will do things right, you will do things wrong. In this specific instance, communication is something that every team so far wants to work with. Right?
Always I know, Fraser, is when we played comp together, you were doing everything right. You had that Tachanka, you had that confidence best friend. We are gonna see Hella taking out G-Vods or G-Vods. I don't know.
Gavods, I believe.
But it is gonna be a 5v4 in case of FastBan.
So it looks like KT Fury slowly pushing up through main staircase, potentially gonna get caught out here by the Legion. No, she takes him down. That is the Legion
Right at
down.
4v3, and we did see that Dida got taken out also. Or Dida took out the Jaeger.
Look at the confident pushes. However, Infinite Power with a UMP is not going to win out against that 556 XI.
My goodness. She is insane.
Rosella able to try and keep her team in this at the minute. However, Habana line up the Hella. This is not looking good right now. They've lost control of sight. Maverick going for that diffuser. Ravity getting off the diffuser actually just to try and cover. She does have the advantage. She can definitely go for this plant if she wants to. However, Kaid on her left, close left, holding inside of Jim. Getting caught out here. Heller with that crossfire. 2v1 situation. Dida not got a lot of time. 55 seconds actually. Correction, my bad. I thought that was 5 seconds. A lot of time actually, my bad. She needs to figure out what she wants to do here now. If there's any fraggers in this game, it'd be Dida, it'd be Heller. But can she make this work? She gets the first kill, she got the important kill. Now it's all up to the Kaid. If I was Dida right now, I'd be fragging this, I'd be pushing this. She does have Styrogue, which is a lower damage and a slower rate of fire weapon. It's getting active pings, choosing not to move just yet. And that's on a reinforced wall. That's a reinforced wall. You can hold that. Alright, 20 seconds left. She needs to make this plant or she needs to push for the frag. She's going for another plant.
15 seconds to
Okay,
go.
is going to be trying to push in. No.
10 seconds to go.
Dida. The guy's going down the stairs. What is happening?
I'm not
right
quite
now?
sure what Rosella is trying to do here. However, no, she made the wrong mistake. She went to go for the frag. It's not going to be enough. And FastBan went that round. Now, unfortunately, Kaid was playing that very smart to a degree, but okay, in that situation you generally have two options. You either push for the frag or you push for the plant. In that situation, she tried to do both. She didn't give her like if she wanted to go for the frag, then you gotta push that. You gotta push that with everything. Dida, 14 kills, 2 deaths. That's 7 kills per death.
That is a very cash money KD right there.
Being entirely frank about it, Dida had two options. Okay, she could either go for the frag or go for the plant. If she wanted to go for the plant, she was in a solid position.
Yeah,
she was in a solid position for it. She had, obviously she was getting constantly pinged. However, she had the reinforced wall and it felt like she kept forgetting about that. Because the Kaid was trying to wallbang her and hit her through the Habana pellet charge holes. But that's just not going to work because of, you know, the way that she was crouched in that position. Or she could have gone for the frag. Obviously, she went for the safer option, that's in air quotations. However, in my brutally honest opinion, sometimes you just got to run it. You just got to frag it. You're a better fragger. Look at the leaderboard. You are doing a lot better in terms of winning gunfights than the one player left on the defenders. Not only is it a Kaid, who has a Styrogue, which is a lower rate of fire weapon and a lower DPS weapon, but he's also lower health. Statistically and categorically speaking, Kaid would lose that. Like in a general fight, the Kaid would generally lose that. But it is what it is. Water under the bridge. We are still match point for Eternal. I can still make this happen. Especially now they are downstairs, which is a site that appears to have favoured FastBan, to be fair.
Interested to see if we're going to go into another overtime.
Please don't. I've been streaming for 5 hours.
I feel your pain, man. I feel your pain.
So yeah, quick entry into garage. It looks like they're making swift progress towards the main entrance and over towards bar. Now, it's important to mention that so far no team has really done any roam clearance except for Endpoint. Neither of these teams really do any roam clearance upstairs, which is important because if you have a roamer like a Vigil or a Jaeger upstairs, they're allowed to stay up there for as long as they want. They're just going to come back down behind you. Now, we do hear those Habana Excaros going on, I believe, into either kitchen or motor hatch. As Heller is holding red staircase. Probably not going to be kitchen, as otherwise Heller would probably be playing a little bit more aggressively there. We've got Naring over in strip, having a fun time apparently. I mean, what else do you do in a strip club other than, you know, like lurk about as a Jaeger?
I mean, you go there for the buffet, man.
No, I'll admit, I usually go to the strip club, you know, to wait out for a post-plan situation where I can rotate between. Anyway, speaking of aggression, Fury gets taken down by Heller. I'm not sure how to feel about that.
Are we gonna see a triple? No! She does get taken out by Dida!
Oh no, they're doing Dory. No, don't ever do that. Rosella sneaking her way in through Dot. Now it's leaving it in a 4v1 situation. It's all up for Dida. If anyone could do this, it would definitely be Dida, but she only has a minute left. She doesn't have diffuser. That's down in blue. That gives her two options. She can either frag it or she can run around and grab diffuser. That'll waste so much time trying to run all the way around. I think she's probably going to try and frag a kill or two from the hatch and then drop down. Never mind. Never mind. Was that above her? It was indeed. Yeah. Look at that. Vertical control. This is what happens if you don't roam clear. If you roam clear, or if you at least drone upstairs, you'll see the impact holes. You'll see the impact holes. You'll see, hey, why is there a massive gaping hole in the wall or the floor? Hey, Lamb, why is there an impact hole on the floor? Why would that be?
Because they're holding for the vertical play.
Interesting. I never thought about that. How about we roam clear upstairs to make sure they can't do that?
Nah, that would just be stupid.
Okay. Okay, so let's just push site then. That's fair.
Yeah, let's just push site and leave the roam.
So we are still 3-6 match point. This is almost a complete reversal of last game, where FastBan were, I believe, 6-2 down. Or sorry, we're 6-2 match point, and then proceeded to lose that. I believe it was 8-7 to Eternal. We are also seeing Vigil being brought out. Always a fan of that. Naring is likely going to be roaming on the opposite side of the map, probably over by Bar, or potentially even down by Blue and Garage.
Yes.
What would you expect from the Vigil at this point?
Honestly, I just want the Vigil to, you know... Well, it seems like he's going to be playing downstairs, so he might do a run out.
5 seconds left before insertion.
From dirt.
You know, as far as...
Like
oh my... You know, actually, as far as I'm aware, that hasn't really been... I don't think that she's doing a run out. I think she's actually just holding there, waiting for someone to push that. Potentially. Like, because we have seen the Ash breach in through there, I believe it was either around 3 or around 4. We did see the Ash breach in an entry through Dot. Potentially, she's waiting for a repeat of that. That's the only reason I can think of.
I think it was their team that actually had the Ash to go through there.
Was it?
Yeah. So if they're expecting Ash to go for there, they're expecting their teammates there. That would just be practically silly. But
so again, yeah, kind of interesting to see what the Vigil's going to be doing here. Yeah, it looks like she's rotated back out towards main. Going to be holding out for as long as she can.
Definitely. It does look like... Can we have a switch to Sophia? Yeah, it does seem like Sophia's going to be in logistics. Try to see if she can get the arm. She does! Down and kill Rosella. And Nearing is going to get Dida. Top Fragger is going to be taken out there. That Thermite also with the hard breach. But you could literally sneeze on Nearing.
Yeah, I mean, I would probably put the advantage still towards the tunnel simply due to the fact they've already got one kill outright. Okay, no, never mind. You know what, I'm gonna say definite advantage towards FastBan.
They have diffuser control at that door, and hell, it is gonna be close holding it.
Shot loaded.
See, this is generally what happens when you push a bit more individually and you don't really work with your team. However, Heller suffers the damage of working on her own. Infinite Power doing her best to try and support, but that is not going to be enough. She is dead, Chief. She is dead.
Yeah, very dead, Chief. Very dead indeed. Anyway, I'm counting this as a 2v3 at the moment because that vigil is literally one shot, and now it's a 2v3.
I would say this is closer to a 1v3 at this situation. Naring behind,
Yeah,
but that's
but
not
I
going to
think
work
the
out as that
vigil-
close flank works behind. Courage doing her very best. 2v1 right now. She is full health. 50 seconds remaining. They do have Diffuser, I believe, now. Ravity needs to push. She needs to get back over towards her
Ravity
teammate.
has her back turned. She's back turned in the Twitch. Finally sees Courage. Still a 2v1. They do have site control. Very sexy.
Courage gonna have to try and hold that doorway as best as she can. Ravity's going for that plant. However, it's not gonna really be enough. Gravod unable to secure that kill right there. Courage likely gonna try and rotate through red, I believe. Probably red rotate. Not a lot of time left here. They do have the diffuser, and I believe there'll likely be a cam spotting Ravity, I would imagine. Looks like, yeah.
I mean, if the cam was spotting her, she would have been wall banged because that's a soft wall.
That is true. That is really true.
Oh no! What are we gonna see here? Ravi is preparing for that, and Ravi taking the final kill into Courage, and that is round 10 for Eternal, and that is match complete. That is 2-0 to Eternal.
That was a fantastic play overall by Eternal. I think they did incredibly well there. I think they should be incredibly proud of themselves for that. And, I mean, yeah, I would definitely be proud of that, to be fair. So, GG to them. And I think that... I think they really earned that. I think they did incredibly well making that happen.
Definitely earned that.
I think-
Did work.
Honestly, the teamwork and coordination that went into, especially those attack rounds, like, I was impressed with the defense rounds, but specifically those last couple of attack rounds, they were doing so well. Obviously, I would like to see more, obviously, I would like to see a little bit more in terms of, brilliant. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And yes, guys, I hope you've had a fantastic stream, and we will catch you tomorrow.